It was.
Sorry, we're chilling. Everything is fine. It's all good. Everything's great. This one might be compromised.
We now only have 19 springs.
Howdy hey. These are Gateron Brown, so we don't care about them. Hey, Arthur here. Before this starts, I just want to let you guys know this is going to be a little different from our normal episodes. If you're watching the audio only, I highly recommend watching the video only. It'll make a little more sense then. Also, this podcast will be broken into 2 chapters. The first chapter will be me actually teaching Zach, and the second chapter will be just, us doing our normal thing, talking and chatting and stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoy this little activity, and back to the episode. Whoa, nice.
I hate my life.
Rewind time.
Oh, that's hot.
Yep. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Uneducation Station, episode 40-something, I think, at this point.
Episode, a lot.
A lot. We're pretty deep down here, Zach. Or up high. I'm not really sure. I guess either way.
Yeah, we've been here. We've been in this room. We've spent a lot of time here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you had me set up my camera, and I have no idea what it's for.
Zach, I have a very fun thing for you today.
Okay.
Is this going to be, 1, really sucky for audio, but 2, a lot of fun for everybody else. So fuck that. Audio listeners will be very confused this episode, but that's okay. Because this episode, Zach, I have something very fun planned. You brought my keyboard, Zach.
I did.
Where did my mouse go? Oh, shit. When I grab my mouse from the shelf over there, I have it charging. I'm so sorry. Yay! Good thing we have 2 mice, as one does. Zach, I want you to monkey type.
No,
Zach,
no.
we're monkey typing.
Why are you making me monkey type?
Zach, we're monkey typing. Trust me. Now, if you don't know what monkey type is, it is exactly what it sounds like. You monkey type. Zach, this is for you, Zach. So,
wait,
there's a reason.
I can't read.
There's a reason, right?
Uh-huh.
And the reason is that I want you to just type. I know it's really hard to read. Here, we'll zoom in if we can. Oh, that actually helps a lot. Wow. All right. We'll get a typing test. Not yet, of course, but we'll get a typing test of Zach. Not to test your skill, but just to kind of get a gauge. Okay. Ready?
Wait. Oh.
Also, do you want me to do me a favor? You want to take your mic, point it down towards your keyboard. Do you feel? Howdy hey. That's not quite towards your keyboard. Audio listeners are absurdly confused. Gosh, I hope we don't peak. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Well, it starts when I start typing.
You're right. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. That sounds really jarring hearing it in our headphones. Look at him go.
Oh, God.
It's okay. So he's doing a typing test right now, if you couldn't tell. And he has a keyboard that I've had a while, like Daria 60% or some sort of thing like that. I'm not really sure. It's pretty okay. I like it. It has Gateron Brown optical switches. So, if you're down with that, they also have a red version and a blue version. 69. Nice. Nice. You can go ahead and reassess your mic while you do that. So, Zach.
Why did you make me do that?
There's a reason why I made you do that, Zach. It's because today we are not just going to talk. Give me this keyboard, Zach.
Oh, shit.
Give me this keyboard, Zach.
Okay.
All right. Zach, today we have a very fun project.
Oh, my God. Okay, wait, hang on.
We have a very fun project for today, Zach. So I've been having... remember the keyboard behind me, Zach?
Yes.
This is what it is now.
Ah.
This is a former of what it once was, Or rather... It's overgone some crazy upgrades. I've removed a lot of the ping, so now it's dead inside and shit. Like me. There's a bunch of I've done a couple things, but not a lot. Zach, this will be your new keyboard, but because you have always said you wanted to build a keyboard, as a semi-early Christmas present, I'm already giving you a keyboard anyways. I thought, well, why not give him a non-pleb keyboard? But you've always wanted to build a keyboard. So I thought I'd meet you halfway.
So are you going to make me build my own Christmas present? I'm going to make you
build your Christmas present. I have done most of the work already. I've foam modded it. I was going to tape mod, which basically means you put masking tape on the PCB and it makes it dark for some reason. I haven't done that because I didn't want to. But I have a shit ton of foam. And as you can see, I peeled all the switches out.
Okay.
But these are Gateron brown, so we don't care about them. Instead, I have these switches. One of which I've lubed already, and the one of which I haven't lubed already. Your job, Zach, is to lube this set.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so tedious. Like,
no, do not worry, because you're not just lubing it. You're helping me. This is gonna be 2-on-1. This is gonna be a two man, one girl type thing, Eiffel Tower style. This is gonna be great.
Phrasing.
So, it's actually not that bad. And I'm going to teach you how to lube a switch. I'm going to teach you how to lube a stabilizer. I'm going to basically teach you, because at the end of the day, lubing a keyboard is quite literally repeat, rinse and repeat for hours, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have hours. So I went ahead and did this damn wire. I went ahead and did all the crazy shit, or most of it rather, beforehand. And also modding this keyboard. So, so this keyboard, right, is a really it's a Phantom 87 from Tecware. Very popular keyboard, really budget. It was like $50 or so, probably under it at this point. You can also find it on sale. Really nice keyboard for what it is. I mean, I loved it. I use it I've owned it for years. A really popular choice from back then. Nowadays, keyboard game has changed, and you can get some really nice keyboards for the same price. But overall, it's a nice package. Metal, aluminum, feels great after some mods. But I think they did a silent revision that I was not aware of. And the one I have is older than when people started modding it. So I looked up videos of people modding this keyboard, and I opened my shit up, and it was not the same. You and I are not the same. You know, I was like, fuck. So I had to get a little creative. There were some things I couldn't do, but some things I had to figure my way out. But that's not to worry about it, because I ended up getting it done, and it was a lot of fun. Bars. But I've yanked all the switches. I have these Aqua Radiant Reds, which are linear instead of tactile. So they're not going to be like that you have. They're going to be smooth, which I thought would be interesting. A lot of fun. And it's more fun to lube linear switches, in my opinion. You know, tactile gang is upset right now, but that's okay. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I love tactile. But I have a stock switch, or a stock set right here that I have not finished. Although I did this loop set. I just did it while watching a podcast, which is what, it's great. But guess what, Zach? We're going to do it while making a podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
okay.
You can go ahead and open
that, you put me in a very interesting situation, just for the sheer fact that, now I understand.
Now you understand why I set up this angle.
So, I wish I could have messed with this a little bit. You put me in a very interesting predicament, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, Arthur.
Of course you don't know, Zach. Of course you don't know, which is why I'm here to teach you.
Okay, I'm going to do it this way, because I feel like that would be...
No, that's not the way, but that's okay.
Wait, it's both ways. Okay.
That's okay. Oh my God, he's so cute.
Oh my God. Arthur, I've never opened up a box of switches before.
I'm yoking, my friend.
Yoking.
So background on myself while Zach is doing that.
Dude, this mic stand is such a cock tease.
Right now. I know. I'm so sorry, but there's not much we can do about it. Unless you want to use that mic over there, and then we ditch that, but then that would take way too much work to do. So we'll just deal with it for now. Although I guess we probably should. But that's, again, way too much work to use the mic over there. So we're not going to.
I mean, not really.
Well, then you have to take that off. I mean, if you want to. You want to do that now? All right.
Yeah. This looks kind of funny, though.
This looks funny, but that's okay. Because what matters is right here, Zach.
Yes.
And I feel like I should have a camera where it has you at all times, but that's okay. Now, for background for myself really quick. I have not built many keyboards. I've definitely built more than the average person, I suppose. But I've built a couple. This is my second build. I had a first build, which I did a stream on. I did a stream with this one as well. So this, although this is Zach's build, this will technically be my third build. Does that mean I know a lot? Not necessarily specifically to keyboards, but I definitely know more than maybe the average person. And keyboard building and learning all about that stuff has been a fun hobby of mine, and something that I do not want to dive too far in, because it's going to be really bad if I go too far in. For many reasons. The big one being money, because Zach, I don't know if you know about keyboards, but they're very expensive.
Oh, I've heard.
Yeah, you've heard correct. They can get really expensive, but at the same time, nowadays you can do pretty well with budget stuff. These switches are very, very cheap. For a pack of 45, or basically for two of them for 90, it's only like I believe just under $30 ruse. Not bad considering you buy switches for like 600 and up, or sorry, not 600, 60 and $50, $100, etc., etc. So I thought we'd have a time, Zach.
I love how the entire time you've been talking, I've just been pushing this button.
That's okay, Zach. Soon it's gonna be super smooth as shit. Although looping, to my understanding, it only affects sound more than does actually the feel. And in my testing, these actually don't sound or feel a whole lot different. These Acco Radiant Reds, that is, to when I did lube them. So I lubed them and I was like, oh, these don't really sound different. But it's okay, Zach, because this is for fun. It's for the experience.
It's for shits and giggles.
It's for shits and giggles. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna begin. I'm going to teach you how to lube one switch. And like I said, because a lot of it, and again, there's gonna be a lot of rattling, a lot of table sounds. So we apologize in advance. If I wanted to get the mic stands back, so that way you wouldn't hear any table rumble, like the mic stands that sit on the ground. But unfortunately, I was super fucking tired and could not be asked. So I decided to not. So to the people's detriment, we're gonna go like this. I recommend for this episode you watch it instead of listen to it, because listening to it's gonna be really fucking weird. I will say.
I mean, once we get kind of into the swing of things, we can go ahead and just start talking about shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, for the first part, if you already know what you're talking, if you already know and you don't really care about keyboards, the first part is gonna be me teaching Zach. And then it's going to be a lot of copy and paste or rinse and repeat. And that's really the point of it. And that's why, yes, it is a lot of fun to build keyboards. And I love it a lot. And I know you've always wanted to. But to my understanding, you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the only time you have a time to sit down for multiple hours is this. So this is perfect. Kill two birds with one stone. Why the fuck not, Zach? Imagine this like an early Christmas present.
Kill two stones with one bird.
Yes. So Merry Christmas. We should wear Santa hats, but it's not. I think by the time this episode goes up, next week will be the Christmas week.
Yeah.
So we'll wear Santa hats then.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out, but don't worry. So, first of all, I've only done this a couple times. I'm not a teacher, but I've lubed a couple switches in my time, so I'll do my best. This is a keycap puller.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, oh, I already fucked it up. Shit. This is a switch opener, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different types. One is cherry, one is, I think is kale or otemu. We're going to use this one. So go ahead and take a switch out and observe the switch on the sides. How do you see where it's kind of just a latch on the sides of that's just plastic?
Mm-hmm.
You'll line that up. Now for this switch, I found it really difficult than other switches. So this is a bit unfair, but do your best. You see these little bits that on the
little
sides?
extrusion.
Yeah, little
bits?
extrusion bits.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it to the camera, Zach. The best as possible, whatever you can, and you're just gonna line it up, the plastic bits to that, and then you'll just push down really hard. There we go. Oh man, this is great. This is fantastic.
It doesn't fit right there.
Here, let me see it. All right, I suppose as a teacher, I should show you first.
Yeah.
You were close, Zach. It's this way.
Oh, damn it.
It'll be these plastic bits,
Okay.
and then you push down. I'm trying to do this one hand. There we go. That's one of them. And then I found the way to do it is you do one side and you do the other side. That is the fastest way to do it. I don't know which side I got. There we go. And it pops open. Be very careful. It's a spring, so it's going to go pew. And then you can remove all the pieces. Go ahead. This is so cute. Oh my God. Before we had Zach Sensei, this is now Anuki Sensei. You can take the spring out as well. So there are 4 pieces. There's a bottom housing that you're holding. There's a spring, which is, believe it or not, the spring.
Uh-huh.
There's a stem, which is the orange bit. Yep. And then there's a top housing. And it's kind of like a sandwich. Where
Wait, what happened to the tippy top part?
What tippy top part?
Oh, that was just this,
Yep.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay.
Thank you, AC unit.
Thank you, AC unit.
So there's 4 pieces. It's kind of like a sandwich. There's the 2 buns, there's a patty, and there's a lettuce.
Uh-huh.
And that's all you ever need for a did I say sandwich or burger?
You said sandwich.
Okay, I meant a burger. But sandwich as well. Burgers are just sandwiches.
Also,
and sandwiches are just burgers.
since we have a camera right here, I just want to talk about this really cool coffee cup
It is a pretty cool mug.
that Brittany bought me. Thank you, Brittany.
It's a camera lens, and this is the exact same one that you have over there, I think. Yeah,
This is literally the exact same lens that is being used for this shot right now. So.
it's so great.
Okay. So,
All right. So the way lubing works, you might need to take another switch for me to explain it, and kind of press it up and down and looking through it and just see how it works. So the way it works is that the stem that you have slides up and down. But as it slides up and down, it causes friction because it hits the sides. All we're doing is adding lube to the sides where it touches. That's it.
So basically, we're lubing
We're lubing all four sides
all
of that,
four sides,
including the little leggy boys.
Okay.
If you take the bottom housing, we're going to lube the two rails, which are on the side.
These two, right?
Yep. And the insides of it.
Okay.
We're going to lube just a little, not too, people, some people do, some people don't. I do. We're going to lube a little bit that, I think it's copper, whatever, the leaf buddy.
This guy right here?
Yep. That little buddy poking out.
Okay.
Not necessarily the top bit, but kind of the sides inside.
Okay.
And you'll see what I mean once you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll lube inside the hole. Because there's a hole buddy inside.
Oh, inside where the spring?
Yep.
Okay.
You'll lube inside.
Okay.
I do that. Some people don't. And then you'll lube all around.
Cool.
I just kind of just do a bunch of extra shit. You don't have. There's a lot of extra steps that you don't need to. But that's all we're doing. And for the springs, we'll be bag lubing it because I'm lazy, and I'll explain what that means in a second. And that's what's gonna happen. So basically, Zach, don't do that yet.
Okay.
I want you to take this brush
Mm-hmm.
I want you, let's, this one's kind of used, but you can still grab it because you do not need a lot. A little lube goes a long way, Zach. You can always under lube, but over lubing sucks. Imagine that. So go ahead and, the cap is a little bit difficult. It's kind of suction sealed, but it's also very slimy, so be careful. We have paper towels though. You can put the brush down.
I'm trying to be very gentle. With
It's
everything.
okay. It's all good. There we go. I have removed everything and smacked the table, and it's hit the ground, and it's been very sad.
So you said a little goes a long way.
A little goes a long way. You do not want a lot, so you just go in there. I've used basically the entire thing, so I have a new tub as well, or a new little jar. Yep, that's perfect. You go ahead and even less. Go ahead to the rim and just kind of smack some out. Yep, and you're gonna grab this buddy. Actually, no. Let's do the housing first, the bottom housing. So do like one or two strokes, or sorry, do like two to three strokes on both the rails, just up and down. Okay. Now you'll get the leaf. Now you want to get not necessarily the top part, but you see the left and the right little leg buddies.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get that.
And then inside the hole, just like the little swirly do.
Yeah. I just go in and then just kind of do a little. Yep, and then out, and then get the bottom, like the floor. Just kind of do a little ring. And that's about it.
Cool.
Yep. You can place that down. We'll go ahead and do the spring, although we're going to bag lube it anyways, but we'll just do the spring. For the spring, you can go ahead. You know what? I'm going to give you tweezers. It'll be easier to hold. Trust me. Just grab the middle of it. Yep. You've gone and done it now. Oh, did it hit the floor?
No.
Oh, nice. All right. Good. Zach, don't overcomplicate it. You're gonna hate yourself. Just grab it with one hand. No, Zach, you're gonna want to grab the end of yep. You're gonna. You know what I mean? You're gonna grab literally a wire.
Oh, literally like
don't hold. Yeah, don't hold like the whole thing. Like hold like literally a wire. It'll be easier. Okay, cool. This is a spring, Zach. It's gonna go boing, and it's happened. And I've gone on very long searches.
Okay.
Luckily, all the springs were found. So, to your benefit, you're welcome. Anyways, so for lubing a spring manually, at least, just go ahead. You'll actually want a decent amount. Not you can be pretty generous on this one. It doesn't really matter. It's a little hard to get a decent amount with that much left. So you're gonna lube both the edges, like all around, inside it. Nice, good hand skills, buddy.
I'm not stoked about this. Where did it go?
Oh, you've done it now, Zach. Good job.
I didn't done it. Hang on. Oh no!
Yep. All right. We'll
There we
hold.
go. I found
Oh, you
it.
found it.
Yep,
Nice,
yep,
nice,
yep,
nice,
yep,
Zach.
yep.
Like I said, it's very springy. You need to hold this bitch. Like you gotta hold it really hard. Yes. You're gonna do the edges, both inside and outside. Oh my god, it's so cute. You know, while you do that, I'm gonna get you another. That one's basically done. I won't. Instead of having you feed the bottom barrel, I'm gonna go ahead and just open the second one I have. Now the lube I have yes, 205 grade 0 for those who are super stickly about it. Yes, for springs you can do, what is it, 105 or whatever. Guess what? I don't care. We're just having fun here, Zach. Zach, we just like to have fun in the office, you know?
Yes, I agree.
So I'm gonna open another one. This is like some not non-brand, but it's like a Gleeking? I don't know. It's like some off-brand type shit. They also make like clone keycaps. Whether or not I support that, I don't know, nor do I care. We're just here to have fun. I'm gonna get you a new one, so you don't have to sit there and try and scrape from the bottom of the barrel. But yeah, I know this may not sound very amusing, but trust me, to the viewers listening at home, you're going to love the end result. I wish we recorded when we did a test of the other one. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should redo. We can redo the test if we want to, just to get a benchmark again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Reminder: this is lube.
Is it looby dooby?
Oh, it's looby dooby dooba, looby dooby dooba.
Agent Lube.
All right, there
See,
we go. There's
now-
a much more. This will be a little easier to grab.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Help yourself, Zach. Help yourself. Yeah, maybe not that much. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so go ahead and just get the edges. You can redo it if you want, the inside and outside. But you're gonna really want to smear it. Don't feel threatened. Just go for it. Yeah. So when we bag loop, let me explain what bag looping is. So we're gonna take this bag. We're gonna put all of them in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then a bunch of lube, and then shake the bitch. Like,
Okay.
really hard. That's what it is. But this is how I did it, Zach, for my first time. So you're gonna do it for your first time as well. So you understand.
Yeah.
And then we'll get lazy.
Okay. All right.
You've done it?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and put it on the... I just go ahead and start assembling it. So just go ahead and put it on the little buddy. It's a spring. Be careful. Okay. Put it back down. There you go. Now the stem buddy. Stem buddy is pretty easy, but it's also really easy to overdo it. So you actually here, I'll give you this. This is a... Whip, whip, whip. It grabs a stem like this.
Oh.
So you'll grab the cross, if that makes sense. Fantastic. And because we're lubing what makes contact, you're going to lube all four sides. And also, I also lube the pole on the bottom. Yeah, just because it inserts. So like, why not? You know, why not? You know.
Okay.
And you'll do that. And this one also, you can overdo it really easy. So go ahead and grab just a little bit of little bit. Okay, basically what you want to do, even less than that, Zach. Like, yeah, what you want to do, and it'll be easier for your eyes to see. So when you apply it, you're gonna apply it so that you don't see any white anymore. Sometimes you might not even see it. So go ahead. I would recommend doing a flat side first so you can see it better. You'll see what I mean when you do it. Trust me.
So are these the sides that I'm doing, or am I doing
All four sides.
Okay. So until you can't see white anymore.
Mm-hmm. I probably should show you an example, but that's okay. I'll just confirm whether you've done it or not. But just kind of do an even coating on all four sides. Don't overthink it. Just know that don't put too much, and you'll know too much versus too little. Because too little is okay, but too much, you're like, oh shit, I've done fucked up. And like I said, the lubing is more for sound. And in my testing, I found that it doesn't change the sound that much. It does, but it's not something I'd cry home to. I would say if you are going for these Echo Radiant Reds, the lubing them is fun, and it does affect the characteristic of it a little bit, but they're already pretty smooth. At least my batches were. So, you know, your mileage may vary. They're already also pretty tight, so you don't have to film them, which means you add this little tiny pad, I suppose, in between the bottom and the top housing. So
Right.
it squeezes better and it doesn't move.
Okay.
So yeah, you get really sweaty with it. I've never done it yet. I will do it for my final build. And like I said, I don't want to go into this hobby too much because God help me if I do. So I basically want to probably mod a couple keyboards I have here and there, including the one you just brought back. I'm gonna mod my brother's keyboard, which is soldered. Which the good thing about this keyboard, where is it? Is that it's hot swap, which means you just put the switches in.
Right.
Um,
So the thing that's going to take the most time is lubing all of
Yep.
the switches. Okay. And then you said to do the stem
Yep.
as well, this bit?
yeah, the Poly boy. What was I saying? Yeah, but my brother's keyboard is not hot swap, so it's solder. It's soldered on. So I'm gonna learn how to solder and desolder by doing that. I already bought a kit and all that type of stuff. Lead. I got shout out to Potato or Brady, who went to school with us, by the way, which is sick. And he helped me a lot with learning about keyboards, and he also taught me how to solder when he came over the other week. So that's great. And he's gonna come over. He's gonna come by again to help fix the first keyboard that I broke. So that would be great. And then after all that, I'll probably do one final keyboard for myself, and that'll be like my end game keyboard. I won't go too crazy expensive, but more expensive than the normal person would buy a keyboard. But not as expensive as you've seen custom keyboards go, I suppose.
Right.
It'll be modest, but it'll still be up there. And that's probably as far as my expenditures will ever go, because I'll cut myself off at that point. How you feeling, Zach?
I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Let me see, Zach. I'll be the verdict.
There's
Because
like such a thin layer across all the sides. Like the white isn't there. It's just, you can see it.
yep, this is perfect.
Okay.
Like, Zach, I cannot stress a little goes a long way. Like that is the number one thing here.
Okay.
Even if you put a little, it'll help.
Okay.
If you put a lot, it'll suck.
Okay.
So there's that. And then you can go ahead and just plop it on. Now, there is orientation. Go ahead and look at the stem. Or the housing, rather. Do you see where the legs are on the stem? The stem is what you're holding on your right. You're going to line it up with the leaf.
Okay. I think I see
Which,
the way that this is supposed to go. It's supposed to line that up with that. Yeah.
yeah. Let me see. I cannot see the leaf. Oh, God. It's so thin. The other way around. So the leg buddies are going to hit the leaf.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Okay. So like
Yep.
that.
Yep. Like that. Perfect.
Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm going to gently.
It's a spring. Be careful.
Yep.
Be very careful.
Okay.
This is where everything goes wrong very quickly. Actually, there's one more step where everything goes wrong really quickly, but it's okay.
Okay.
All right. And now the top housing, we don't need to lube it.
Cool.
So just take the top housing. Now this is also oriented. The way I do it, you can kind of see from the bottom where the legs would kind of enter because there's cutouts, or not the bottom, sorry, inside it. But for this case, the fat ass part look at the top. There's a part where there's thin. There's one side where it's thin and one there's a fat dumper.
Mhm.
The fat dumper is going to go on the leaf side. Communication skills. This is not the case. Now, okay, I like to say this is not a tutorial. Please watch a real tutorial. We don't even have enough camera angles for it to be a tutorial. Yep, you heard the snap?
Perfect.
How does that feel, Zach?
Very nice.
Cool.
Ta-da. Okay.
Now, let me see that. I'm going to do one more sanity check because with these switches, these are a little weird. Sometimes it doesn't. There we go. You needed one more little click.
Okay.
I don't know why. No, in my experience, I've never had to do that, but I just had to do a little extra.
Give it a little bit extra.
Give it a little
sauce.
extra grease. I guess that's a good thing that they're so tight because that means you don't have to film them. Like I said, put a little in between, buddy. So that's good. So for the lubed switches, that's it. Okay, don't worry about the next one, Zach. We're gonna teach you how to lube a stabilizer now, and then after that, I'll then kick in and then help you. So a stabilizer, where did I put it here? These are stabilizers.
Mm-hmm.
These little black bits.
Okay.
A little hard to see. You can kind of see it on camera. I guess I should probably give it to you, but that's okay. I've lubed four, I can count, stabilizers out of the 5. I've not lubed this one yet. This will be for you.
Mhm.
Mostly because this was the easiest to get out.
Okay.
So after you take it out, and I'll show you, the purpose of stabilizers is for the longer keys.
Mhm.
So space bar, shift, enter, because they're long boys. So they can,
Yeah.
side to side, Ariana Grande. But we don't necessarily want that. You know, when you're typing it, you don't want it to fucking rattle or shit.
Yeah.
So you want to go up and down. So that's what stabilizers are for. Problem is, the way they are function, or the way they work, and you will see soon, is they have a bar, and they have a lot of moving parts. And it causes rattle.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want that. There's also another method where you clip stabilizers. I've already done that. I totally forgot to think that maybe I should teach Zach that. But basically, there's little leg buddies, and you would literally cut them off, and that's it. And what they do, nice. I was trying to give that to you. What it does is it's supposed to protect when it goes down. It protects the PCB, but it causes extra noise, so we don't like that. We just cut them off, and it's fine.
So these are the two that I'm doing, right? These.
Oh, camera buddy. Yep.
These two.
So you're gonna take your tweezers, and you can see on the top of, like, if you're looking, face down.
Okay.
Want to move these? Yeah, we can move these.
Yeah, let's just,
because we're not using these right now. Whoop. Oh, I'm sorry. Where's the camera? There. I fucked it. Okay, I'm gonna fix mine for a sec. Okay. So on the top of the stabilizer, you will see like these little tabs. Let me know when you see it.
Please hold.
It's on the top. You see a little tab. You're going to push it, and then with your other hand, you're going to lift from that tab side.
Lift the entire thing out?
Lift that one side, because you're going to do both sides. So push the tab and then lift up. These are plate mounted, which means they just clip onto the plate. You know, in a way, this kind of, the people can't hear right now, but we're listening to some smooth jazz while we do this. And it's kind of fitting for like a Christmas type of time, don't you think?
I'm having a time.
Having a time? You can even lift it up through that tab. Like that's how, that's the tension of what you're pulling. Oh. I mean, don't do it, but that's the idea. Like that's the tension, or that's the area that you're pulling. So you lift the tab and pull up. Nice, he's done it. You do the other side as well. No, the left one now. Yeah, beautiful. And you can take it out. You just lift up. Yep, and that's stabilizer. Cool.
Oh.
Now, how the science of stabilizers, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a little behind on that. But basically, it helps with up and down movements. Now, the way you take it out, it's just gonna be a little bit of explaining. You go ahead and give it to me. I think you kind of got it. Oh, you had the idea. Oh yeah, you totally had the idea. Oh, almost. So it snaps. This little bar thing is on this guy, and is in a rail. So it just kind of snaps off.
So it separates from the rail.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll show you. You go ahead and see. It just kind of like literally, you can hear it. It just snaps, and you'll take that out, and then it'll disassemble the wire, which is the metal part, the housing, and then the stem.
Cool.
There is a little bit of lube in there because I did lube them and then I unlubed them just for you. But there also was a little bit of lube that it was lubed a little bit from the factory, which is surprising considering I bought this in, I think, 2017. I didn't think that would happen, but it wasn't very good. So I just removed it anyways and tried it again. Yep. You can place it down. I probably should give you a napkin, but this is Zach's moment.
I wish that you guys could see better, but my giant ass hands.
Well, you can put it in the camera, but that's okay.
It's hard, okay? I'm sorry. Like the area where it is like right here, and so it's hard for me to be able to like see and
go for it. This is great. Hey, all right. Cool. All right.
Wait, does it come out this way?
No, it comes at the bottom.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Okay.
Now, the stem, lube the exact same way. All four sides. Although I guess you only need to do two sides, but I just do four just for fun.
Okay.
But you technically need to do two sides. I guess we should have done housing first, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Or just order operation stuff. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and just go for it. Yart. I promise, you guys, we'll get to the talking bit in a bit. Oh. Beautiful. All right. There's that. Don't lose track of it. Bing.
Sorry. Bing bong. And then am I doing...
So this is going to be similar to the bottom housing. You're going to look underneath it, and you're going to lube all four walls.
Okay. All four sides.
All four sides are done. All right. Lubidid. Now go ahead and do the same for the other housing in the stem. By the way, you do the inside sides or the side sides, like the outside?
The inside sides.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Like in there.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, it's going to be a sticky... It's use another... Here's a wiping napkin. it's a gnarly session, and some people will use gloves if they're pussies. So that's okay. That's a joke, by the way. I just want to say, I think I need a disclaimer once again, even though I already kind of did it. I wouldn't call myself keyboard expert 69, right? I would not. I've only built 2 in my life. One I actually built, which was an EPO maker or a GK61, really budget board. And then 2 was I modded this keyboard that I found on Amazon for like $25. And it sounds pretty okay. That's all the experience I have. Otherwise, the only other experience I have, Zach, is going through YouTube rabbit holes as one does. So that's also how much I know. I also have a lot of friends in my Discord that help me a lot with keyboards and answer a lot of my questions, including Brady, including others. So that's helped me get not one more into the hobby, which could be a good or a bad thing, but 2 also teach me all these sorts of things. So it's the same reason why I was able to teach you, Zach, how to build a computer, even though I had only built one keyboard one computer at the time. That reason. Because my first PC build actually was not like the one that was on my channel. It was technically my second piece computer. First computer I ever built, I bought a bunch of cheap parts. And then I built it just to learn how to build keyboards, or my brain, just to learn how to build computers before I actually tackled on my full computer, because it had a bunch of other things I never knew about, and really expensive hardware, so I didn't want to fuck it up. So I bought some cheap parts. Still did pretty okay.
Yeah.
And that was my first ever build. Then with that knowledge, with only building one computer before and all sorts of tech videos, I'll get you the next part in a second, I was still able to build a computer and teach you. So this is kind of where we're going again. I've only built 1 or 2 keyboards, but I've watched a lot and I've learned a lot and I've gotten a lot of resources to help me for me to be able to teach you. Will this be the best? Probably not. And frankly, if you ever want to build another keyboard, I would recommend watching another tutorial. Just 1, to get yourself more into it, because my advice is not going to be end game, frankly.
Yeah.
And 2, well, my advice would not be end game. That was both points. I don't know why I only said 1. So this is Super Lube, or dielectric grease. Super Lube is more the company.
Okay.
Dielectric grease is what we're going to use for the wire. This, buddy, you can be pretty hardy with it. There's a little, see this hole, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to squeeze it so some comes out, and you're going to fucking stick the wire in there. But not all the way. You're just going to stick it here. I'll show you one side. So you're going to take it and let it go like this. And get a fucking shit ton in there. It's going to be pretty hardy. And grabbing this is going to suck, Zach. I apologize. But good luck.
I mean, if I wanted to be a little puss about it,
just be careful.
I could have used tweezers or something.
Just be careful not to lather it too much.
You say that, and then you put a literal metric.
Or I meant on your finger. Or be careful not to wipe it off, I suppose, with your finger. Nice. Cool. I'll take that. Yep. Now keep holding that. At this point, I would just go ahead and start assembling it while you have it. So the same way. Oh, actually, this might be a little difficult, so be a little careful. You might have to one-hand this a little bit. So you're going to put the stem in first. Stem in goes in the bottom, and look at the stem on both. Look at the side with the holes. The stem. That's not the stem. Other one. Yep. So there's 2 sides, one with 2 holes and one with 1 hole.
Mm-hmm.
You see the side with 2 holes?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to put it in yet, but you're going to, the wire is going to go inside the bottom hole. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Now you're going to put the stem inside the housing. It's going to go from the bottom. This part is kind of awkward to do. Good luck. The side where remember where the rail snaps?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the side with the 2 holes.
Okay. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's very easy to fuck this up, by the way. Do not be discouraged. There is a better way, but I'm just enjoying your struggle right now. Okay, now you can kind of see it. The way I would do it is kind of level the stem with the bottom of the housing. That's the best way in my mind. Just be careful not to have this stem fall out.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll stick the wire in from the hole where the stem is, and you can actually, I would look from the bottom. Look from the bottom. You can see the stem go in the hole. So go ahead and insert it, and you'll watch the stem go into the hole. Oh geez, I see. I guess I don't know. Let me see. Let me go over it.
I see. Oh, there we go.
Almost. It's going to go all the way. It's going right through. Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'll snap it in.
Ah!
Is that it? You hear a snippy boy?
Yes, I felt a little snippy boy.
Let's go. And that is one.
I'm trying to deposit some of the lube back on this beast.
It's okay. So now that you've done it, we'll do it again.
Whoa.
Keyboard building. Now, keyboard building, I will say it's definitely super tedious. It is not something for the faint of heart, frankly. It's not something that if you do not have a lot of time to do, it's just going to be a lot of work. But I always recommend you do it, just if you stream, go ahead and stream it, get into call, or if you don't, get into call with your boys, Discord, and while they're gaming or whatever, just banting, having a time. It's really therapeutic in a way, especially after you get the hang of it. Like after you've done like 1 or 2 stabilizers and 3 or 4 switches, you kind of get a groove, right? And then you just kind of just go for it. And then at that point, you're just like, second naturing it while you're just having to go with the boys, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the beauty of it, for me at least. It's just that it's really chill. You can't hear it right now, but we're listening to like smooth, just chill jazz music, and it's just a time,
Okay.
All
right. Both of them are
in. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can go ahead and insert it back into the plate. You'll insert it with the tabs facing upwards.
And then the tabs just snap back in, right?
Yep. Amazing. Look at that, Zach. He's done it. Zach has lubed a switch and a stabilizer.
So now I can move this out of the way because this was only stabilizer I had to do, right?
Yep. Okay. I've done all 4 of them, or all the other 4 of them, rather. Now I'll take that. And then, to the side for now. Let me just double check your work. Yeah, that looks good. Now, Zach is the fun part. Now, Zach is the part where I actually stop making fun of you and I help you.
Sick.
So, Zach, when you've lubed one switch, you've lubed a million. You've lubed 1,000. They're the same thing, Zach. It's copy and paste. It's literally code editing. It's the exact same thing. So, go ahead and just break them open, and I will lube them. So we'll kind of tag team this, and we'll have a time. So go ahead and break them open.
Oh, I got it.
Nice.
And basically what I have to do is make sure that shit doesn't go absolutely fucking flying.
Now, Zach, when you pull a screw, you fucking screw. When you take a spring out, put it right here for me.
So do you want me to disassemble everything?
Disassemble everything and hand it to me.
Okay.
Or rather, let's see how we're going to do this. Let's move some of this here. Let's figure out an operation so we can really get this going. Let's have the lubed switches on here. So I will put them here.
Okay.
What you will give me, you'll put them right here. Or no. Yeah. You will hand me, you'll just reach over and put it right here on this, right?
Everything?
Everything.
Okay.
The springs, put it on that napkin.
Okay, so the housing goes on that
Yep.
guy, and then springs go right there.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
We'll do it like that.
Cool.
All right. And off like that. And we'll have a time. We'll do our best to camera work this as we go. But, we'll try. We'll try. I suppose at this point in time, we would wish we had another person to do this for us. And also, hopefully, I wish I set up more camera stuff, but,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We got switches to lube, Zach. Come on, bro.
Yeah, we got places to go, people to see, switches to lube.
So, Zach, let me go ahead and explain the situation with my gaming chair. Because as you can see, or not right now, but as you can see, it is assembled. And I'm sitting on it right now.
Yes.
So, as you guys are probably aware, or if you or not, if you haven't really been keeping up, that's all good. Let me catch you up on the situation. So, right now, I'm sitting on a Razer gaming chair, a Razer Isker gaming chair, and I've been having some problems with it, where I was missing a screw hole, like in the fabric. There was supposed to be a hole where I can screw in a cosmetic piece, and I was missing that. And because of that, I wasn't able to finish assembling it because I was afraid I'd have to send it back or something like that. To my understanding, I thought because of the way it's just laid out, I figured the screw hole was just behind the fabric and it wasn't cut in the factory. So I was like, okay, but before I just go ahead and blow through it, let me make sure with customer service. And you may be thinking to yourself, Zach, guy like you, Zach, right?
Uh-huh.
Guy like you is thinking, well, it's just a cosmetic piece, Arthur, right? Who the fuck cares?
Didn't we talk about this last episode?
We did, but I need to, we need to do a recap episode, a recap section in the beginning, right? Before I presume, because this is a concluding rant. Or not rant, but concluding story. It ends today. It all ends here. It all leads up to this moment. So the reason why, now you may be asking yourself, Arthur, Anuki, it's just a fucking cosmetic piece. It does not help with the function of the chair, which is the sole purpose of you buying it, right? Sure, that is true, and that is a fair argument. But this is a $500 chair, Zach. So I feel like it's fair for me to at least uphold that much of a standard. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So I go ahead and I ask them. I go ahead and hit customer service. And again, as we explained before in the last episode, and I think I'm going to title the it's not up yet, but I think it will be in a bit. Or, you guys most likely have already watched it. If you haven't, it's okay. It's titled Customer Service is Awesome or something along those lines. Because we talked about how fantastic customer service is. Or at least good customer service, right? Basically, I had a great time. I had a time, Zach. I went through their customer service, and they made me feel like I was taken care of. They were like, "Bro, we got you, bro. It's cosmetic piece too. Psh, psh. We know it's a cosmetic piece, but we got you." So fast forward a couple emails and chats and stuff, and I get an email, and we're figuring it out. And guess what, Zach? There was no screw hole all along.
Interesting.
It was never there. I just thought it was. For some reason, I just thought it was there. I don't know why to this day. Why I just never. I thought I checked the other side, and I was like, "Oh, yep, there's a screw hole." But apparently I didn't, or maybe I was just so damn tired that I imagined there was a screw hole. But turns out there wasn't. So what happened was he was like, "I'm not sure there's supposed to be a screw hole there," and he said it politely, of course, And I was like, "Are you sure?" And I checked, and guess what, Zach? There was no screw hole. The screw actually threads with the plastic piece it goes through. I didn't know it threaded. I thought it was just supposed to go straight through the plastic and then into some sort of imaginary screw hole that I thought was supposed to exist. But alas, I was wrong, Zach.
Alas,
I was wrong. So I bit my tongue and I admitted it. And yeah, I got it assembled, Zach. I finished it and I'm sitting on it now. And Zach, let me tell you, it's a chair.
It's a chair.
It's a chair. I'm joking. It's a great chair. I mean, even like I'm sure you could tell just by sitting on it. It definitely has got its own presence to it. Its own differences as far as chairs go. It's not a breathable. It's not a mesh, so it's not a breathable material. So as soon as I sat in it, I'm pretty sure you felt it too. You sat down and it was like, oh, I'm not giving you any leeway. You are sitting up straight.
Yeah.
You have no chance of leaning back. Get fucked. So that was interesting. But I think, it's a good thing because like I said, even though I'm shooting myself in the foot right now or in the toe because I'm trying to say all this ergonomic type stuff while I'm sitting here hunched over a little bit because you have to be hunched over while doing this keyboard switch building. But as a guy who sits in his chair like quite literally all day, I justified it and I said this will be better in the long run. So it's a good chair. It really is. The pillow, I would say the pillow's not that great. And also the pillow is in a weird angle where it doesn't allow me to sit up straight. It makes me gamer neck. Which is, as a gaming chair, maybe that's the that's the focus.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Zach. It's for the gamers by the gamers, Zach.
Yeah.
If you're not nerd necking, what are you doing?
I guess the hard thing is kind of determining.
Oh shit! I just realized I knocked over all my stems.
Ergonomics versus like appearance and like all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't really care too much about appearance.
Well,
but I understand what you mean.
There are so many things that kind of inherently go into.
Of course, yeah.
Something as simple, you sit and you look at a chair and you're like, "Yep, it's a chair."
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of times where it's like, it's a chair. It does chair stuff. Okay, cool. But when you get kind of into this premium market where, it's more of like you're investing a lot more money into it.
Mm-hmm. You start to care about these.
Chairs. You start to care about the smaller details.
Care about the chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you care about the details, because like I've said in another episode, right? It feels like even $100 chair, honestly, right? Still pretty expensive. Oh, that's gonna happen a lot.
What?
I don't know. The violent shaking because these things are fucking tight, bro. They are tight for no reason. I think I overlubed the switch. That's okay. We're having a time. It's all good. It's your keyboard anyways, not mine, so I don't care. Get fucked.
I mean, you're the one that paid for it, not me. So
True. Oh, by the way, so we actually only needed to lube 21 switches.
oh, wait.
So this is a pack of 45. We need to lube 21 switches, I think. Let me
I
check
have
my
not been
notes.
keeping track. Wait.
We've only lubed one so far. Yeah, go ahead.
5,
Go ahead, do that.
15, 20, 25. How many did you say we need?
21.
21. So
Yep.
5, 10,
Yep.
15, 20, 21.
To there.
So to right here.
All right.
So I'm going to take this switch, put it right here. So this is...
All right. That's
this-
the... Okay,
yeah.
okay, got you. The reason is because this is a 10 keyless keyboard, right?
Yeah.
And frankly, you do not need to lube every switch. Because one, like I said, the sound profile didn't really change that much. And two, how do you care that much if your function keys are lubed and your print screen keys lubed? You know?
No.
Exactly. And to the people at home, you shouldn't either. So don't waste your time. Lube the main switches, your modifier switches, your arrow keys, your letter keys, your number keys, space bars, of course, all that type of stuff. Lube what you need. Lube the keys that are the main keys, right? Imagine a 60% keyboard, lube those switches, and then the extra switches, just decide if you really need to lube them. Like, I don't know, maybe you're a type of person who spams the delete key all the time for some reason, right? Maybe you want it to sound nice. I don't know. You can judge that yourself.
When you put it like that, that just sounds so goofy.
Why?
You're just like, yeah, that my function key.
Backspace, I sleep. Insert, real shit.
Real shit.
I mean, you never know, Zach. I'm sure there are tons of use cases where you're just spamming that insert key, or the
Right.
home key or something. Coding? I don't know.
I
That's a
don't
guess. I don't know. I dropped out of 3 coding classes. Actually, 2. I think I changed the number every single time. I may as well have dropped out of 3, though. I'm kind of starting to forget which ones I've lubed. That's a joke. I joke.
Hmm?
Don't worry about it. But what was I getting at? I forgot my point.
You were talking about lubing, like what switches
Oh, yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
lubing,
yeah, yeah,
60%, all that kind
I
of
mean,
stuff.
if you want to get super anal about it, honestly, it's your keyboard. You go for it, bro. You know what I mean? I think for my end game keyboard, it'll be a 65%, but I'll still lube the extra keys. Because
What
fuck it.
percentage is this keyboard?
This will be at
70?
87,
87.
technically. Because, there's 87 keys. So maybe the math's not right. Maybe more like 85%. The mass majority of us will just call it 10 keyless,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what that is. And I figured 10 keyless, I explained it in another one as well, another episode, but I think 10 keyless is like the best bare minimum for most. Like if you don't know what you want, 60%, there's a lot to choose from. 60%, 65%, 70%, 75%, 100%, there's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't really know. That's okay. But I think just getting rid of the numpad helps so much. Like it frees up so much more space than you think. And
Tweezies. I have these tweezers literally for no reason.
oh, why not, bro? Just these tweezers, bro. Fuck, man. Shit, man. Fuck.
Shit, man.
Shit, man.
But-
Fuck, man. Shit. So,
Dude, I hope
Mhm.
as monotonous as this seems, I'm having so much fun right now.
dude, I told you, man.
Just being able to have something to occupy my hands while I'm talking, this literally makes my
Yeah.
ADHD brain so happy.
I mean, that's why the Minecraft at night streams are so fun, right? Because if we just strip mined or like if we're building or something, then we got to think, right? But if we're doing strip mining or exploring, and then we just fucking talk,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
a time.
us just shooting the shit while we're trying to just do something mindless. This doesn't require a lot of brain power. It just requires you to use your eyeballs.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, after you've done it once, you've done it a million times. It's not like, you're building a house in Minecraft where you're being conscious of everything you're doing, right?
Right. It's just kind of almost like a one and done type thing.
Mhm.
Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I don't have to worry about like fucking it up. So I'm just gonna
go for it. Have a go, mate.
have a go. There we go.
Yeah. And that's why, bro, this is why I said like you're joking, right? Like when you're at work while I was doing my keyboard stream, you're like, bro, I went to work and then I went to lunch and you're still streaming.
No, so basically,
or whatever it was.
what happened was I was on lunch at work and I got the notification that you started streaming, and I was like, oh, sick, you do you, boo boo. And it was like, like 2 p.m. And I was like, hell yeah, Arthur. And then I got home at like 7 o'clock that night, and you were still
and I was
on,
still streaming.
and I was like, oh my god, are you okay? And I saw that you were just looping your keyboard switches and just having a grand old time.
Dude, I was just having a fucking time, bro.
Dude, I don't blame you though.
And then I was with my buddy, I was with Brady, the man Brady, as we've been saying.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta eat dinner. And he eats dinner and he comes back, bro, you're still live? I'm like, yep. Also, shout out to, I think his name was Crexy. It's been a while, but he was also a homie. Showed up to the stream. Don't know how he found me, but he did. And, good kid. He taught his grandma how to solder switches, Zach.
What a fucking legend.
I know, right?
Okay.
I think he was a lot. Not solder, I don't think. Well, maybe I forgot what it was, but let's say how to build a keyboard or how to lube switches and such. And he said he's going to build his next keyboard with his grandma. I'm like, bro, that's fucking fantastic. I love that.
Dude, it's so cool because
I love that so much.
Before I built a PC with you, I helped my dad build a PC. And I mean, obviously, the extent.
Well, you know what, Zach? Oh, sorry to cut you off. You can keep going. But remind me to add this time, for the first time ever, add a timestamp of when I'm teaching you and when we actually start talking. I feel like that would help.
Okay.
Remind me to do that because I'm going to forget.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no worries at all. So my dad let me help him build a computer. And I mean, it's a little kid helping his dad with something. Like I
Classic.
Maybe plugged in a couple of things and, did all that kind of stuff. But, it was still really enlightening, and it was still really cool to be able to have the exposure to that type of thing at such a young age. Because, I was like 13 probably when I did that. And so, it's nice to, even when I was that young, to feel like looking at the inside of a computer wasn't a super overwhelming thing for me.
Yeah, I've seen it before, right? Like, you teach how a lot of tech tubers, they teach their kids how to, mess with computers and stuff. And even though they're not saying, hey, I want you to be a tech tuber and continue the lineage, my child, of tech tubing. The real reason, and they explain it, is because they don't want them to be afraid of this type of stuff. Because, at the end of the day, like, this is a cool keyboard and all, but where is it? This is there's a, like, underneath this is a PCB,
Right.
Like, it's a electronic circuits and all sorts of things, right? And, to the average person, that could be kind of frightening, and rightfully so.
Right.
But it's not as bad as you think. As long as you understand you learn the ways, the laws of the land, right? You understand what you should touch, what you shouldn't touch. You learn that a lot of things are a lot more durable than you think. You find out what are the fragile parts, and you're comfortable with handling that stuff. And considering this is the age of technology, who fucking knows what it's going to evolve into, right? So getting an understanding of technology right now is key for your kids.
Yeah.
And that's a very smart thing, because I'm sure you and I have both seen, both kids who are super fucking smart with technology and some kids who just don't know how to double click a program.
Dude, my nephew, Jameson, he is turning 3 next year.
Oh my God.
And
by the way, I'll give you another task.
Okay.
You can go ahead though.
He learned how to unlock my sister's phone and like take pictures and stuff.
That's pretty great.
It's so good.
That's pretty great.
I love that, and just being able to like see how all that stuff happens and seeing such a small child do it, it's so funny. Am I bag lubing?
You're bag lubing. So as the name entails, Hard knows English too. This is a bag I've reused a ton of times, which is can be but at the same time, there's a bunch of like secondhand lube everywhere, so it kind of helps, right? There's a proper way to do this. There's like a lube I think it's there's different types of it. This is 205, and there's 105, all sorts of numbers.
Yeah.
Basically just means kind of like consistency, thickness, grade, that type of stuff. 105 is a little bit more of a liquid, like eye drop type thing. It's a little better. I don't have that because I'm not sweaty enough. So basically what you're going to do, do your best. Get some air in there. I don't know. And then you're going to put all this. Yep, here we go.
There we go.
Put all the screws in.
Screws.
Why do I keep saying screws?
Springs.
Oh, I'm sorry, springs. Get all the springs in there. Oh, run away. Trust me, we do not want to lose a spring. It's not going to be fun. And then what you're going to do is I'll give you the full buddy.
Oh, God. Wait, hang on.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'll just go ahead and explain what we're going to do as you're doing. You're going to take this guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to push it in camera. Oh, it's behind the thing.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
All right. And then you'll take a brush. And you're just going to take like 4 or 5 massive fucking globs. Don't even worry about it. That's fine.
4 or 5 massive globs?
Yep.
How massive?
Like, just fucking take a dig. There you go. And just spread it on the wall. In different locations. This is not the best way. I do not recommend doing it this way. I recommend getting Crytox. I think it's 105. Please just go ahead and look it up. Again, this is not a tutorial. You can look up plenty of tutorials on how to bag lube and build a keyboard. Go ahead and do that. But this is the way I've been doing it, and it works. It's not the best, and when you look at the spring, it definitely doesn't have the best coating on it, but it removes the ping for the most part. So that's already a good start. How many is that?
4.
That's fine.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough. I'll go ahead and take the brush because I need it. And the lube because I need it. And the springs because no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and zip it up. Oh, actually, get some more air in there. I would get some more air in there if possible. Oh. Ideally, you want it to be like just like a fucking balloon. But it's really hard to do. So just do your best. Even I can't do it. But as long as there's some air in there, it's fine. That's pretty good. Better than me, honestly. And just when in Rome, do as Rome. Yeah. Yeah. Now you have a time. Just go for it. Just fucking go for it, Zach. Don't. Yeah. Beautiful. Give her like 2 more. You know, fuck it, bro.
Okay, wait, hang on. I'm gonna give her a little bit more.
Oh, nice. You're better at it than I am. I didn't even get any air in there.
It's not sealing.
Imagine you don't seal it and the springs go flying everywhere. We'd be some pretty sad boys, I tell you what.
Yes.
All right, that's good. Now go ahead and all right. Now go ahead and just kind of massage the bag. Actually, I guess at this point gets the air out.
Oh, it's okay. There's an air leak in here.
Okay, got you. Good thing the spring didn't leak. Shit. And then go ahead and kind of massage the springs against the walls everywhere, and do your best. Yeah, beautiful. Gotta say, bro, the R6 for the close-up is fucking mint.
Oh, I love it.
This is great.
Yeah, it's really cool because you asked me to bring the R6 and I wasn't necessarily. Oh, I just realized I'm making the springs be intertwined with each other.
That's okay. I mean, obviously, so we're gonna separate that, and that's the next long task. It kind of sucks, but it's possible.
So when you asked me to bring my camera, I mean, I bring it for every shoot because I usually keep my 24-70, which is my angle, on my camera. Yeah, in my camera bag.
And naturally, your main shooter is in your camera bag as well.
Yeah. So, you were like, "Can we use the R6?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And you were like, "I want to experiment with something," and I was like, "Okay, cool. That's fine." And then you were just angling it like this, and I was really confused. I was like, "Why?"
Yeah, weird angle, weird champ. Yeah, all right, you're probably good. Now go ahead and take it out, put it back on the napkin. And now this is the fun part, Zach. I'll give you both my tweezers because you're going to need both. Just go ahead and just fucking unravel Tokyo Ghoul. Have a go, Zach. Have a go. Howdy hey. Make sure all of them are out. I've made the mistake of leaving a couple in there that I didn't see.
All of them are gone.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'll take the bag then. Beautiful.
Bro, I'm doing it by hand.
No, do not do that. Trust me, do not do that.
Wait, why?
Okay. Well, you're gonna do both. So for some of them are easy to take out. Take the tweezers and just kind of Check them out. Some of them are intertwined. That's when you'll want to, what I do is I'll hold one of the springs with a tweezer. See, now what you're going to do, yep, go ahead. And some of them might not be impossible. Like they might be really stuck in there, right? What you're going to do is you're going to counter twist. And you'll see what I mean when you do it. Like some of them, you just can't, you cannot easily remove them because they're that intertwined somehow, some way. Maybe like that one. Yep, you'll just counter twist until it's out. And that's a process.
You made this sound like it was a much more daunting process.
Zach, I think you just got really lucky because for me, it was like literally a fucking ball the other night, and I had to literally painstakingly untangle 45 of them. Now this is 21, Zach. 45 is more than double. So imagine that intertwined into a singular ball.
I don't want to.
That's what I had to do, Zach. So don't humor me, Zach. I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyways, I think we've said this before in the podcast, but getting kids exposed to tech, fucking mint. Don't be that fucking guy who's like, oh, your kids, all they do is be on their iPads and stuff. Don't be that guy, right? Obviously, as a parent, you should limit it.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I swear I just saw something go flying, and I'm really hoping that it wasn't a spring. But I'm gonna finish this and then count them.
Do a count. All right, and then we'll do a treasure hunt.
Oh my god. Dude, I'm gonna be so sad if I did actually just send one fucking flying.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. So, but yeah. Limit what you do with how much they're able to. Of course, don't just have them on the iPad all day. But let them use it. Let them know how to use it. Put a passcode on it. See if they figure out how to unlock it. Put on maybe put on some parental stuff. See if they can undo it. Just kind of see. And while that may sound kind of weird, and it the saying, strict parents make what is it? Strict
parents create sneaky kids.
Yes, But if you're having if it's all for fun, right? If you're not being strict in the sense that you're limiting them, like in their freedom, but you're just limiting them like how much they can use their iPad, right? That's strict enough, right? If they can break that barrier somehow, some way, that kid's gonna go far.
We now only have 19 springs. Fuck my life.
Good luck, Zach. Are you sure there's not any like super duper intertwined? Like because I've done that before, where it's like literally there's one or there's two like so intertwined with each other that it literally looks like it's one.
I might need you to use
my brain cells. Oh, there's one right there. Ah. I see it. Oh my god, he does. So you might have to touch that one up. Okay. Here, I'll give you the okay. Yeah. Nice. There's one. Now we're missing... No! Because we've already done one switch. We're at 20.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. Forgot we already lubed a switch. That's all 20. Fantastic. So after you touch that up, Zach, I want you to start putting the springs back on the bottom housings for me. Just like...
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So like just put them back in the little holy boys?
Yes.
Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, it's not very camera friendly, but it's okay. You guys get what you guys have been watching me. It's all good. We're just reassembling them. Now this tray, by the way, and if you're curious about it, yeah, there's no way unless I want to move the camera again, but that's I don't know, too lazy. Yeah, too lazy. So this kit I got, it came with this station. It came with all these tools: keycap puller, switch puller, two brushes, a switch opener that you used that is for both switches, both cherry and I think otemu or kale, I believe. And that's even more than some other switch openers. And it all came with a kit. And you get this lube station.
Mm-hmm.
And you get lube.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Video paused. Continue watching bit. Okay, it doesn't matter to y'all. Oh, you have the mouse. I think you got to do this one. We got to do jazz. Even though the people can't hear it. Here, if you want to join us, go ahead and look up HoloLive Jazz Mix. And this is what we're listening to. Because you're in
Okay.
my house, Zach. Of course, I'm gonna listen to Hololive. Oh, that is way too much Lube. That's okay. It's not my Switch.
Ooh, are you excited about season 2 of Demon Slayer?
Oh my God, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yes, I did not. Did you watch the extra episodes?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I need to watch them. I'll watch them on my own time. We don't have to watch it together. I mean, you already watched it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm finding a time, and I think I'll be able to sometime this Christmas time to kind of just binge a couple things.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of shows I want to watch, including shows that aired this season, but as well as Demon Slayer, because we gotta, Demon Slayer, whether you want to clown it or not, it's a great show, and it's kind of a staple of helping you getting into anime more. Like I'm not saying that the shows I showed you before were bad, because I think you enjoyed them.
Oh yeah,
but,
I did.
Demon Slayer just does what it does well, and it's to get people into anime.
I think for me, Demon Slayer was definitely one of those shows that really showed me what the hype of anime looks like.
Yes.
Because it's like, the animes that we had watched previously were a lot more kind of driven by like action elements and like.
Well, action may not. No, more like
wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plot devices, plot elements.
My brain just flipped it. My bad. Yeah, the shows that we've watched have,
that wasn't on camera, but I dropped everything. It's okay. We're fine.
it's fine. Everything's fine. So the shows that we have watched previously have been a little bit more driven by like story and a lot more character development and those types of things. And granted, Demon Slayer does have all of those aspects to it. It's just that it has a lot more of that badass hype, like
for sure, yeah,
that type of stuff. And I think that makes it super easy to just get into it and get hyped.
It's like Dragon Ball Z, except no investment.
Literally.
How about Zach? Now go ahead and grab those tweezers. I would give you the stem the stem holder, but I need it. So go ahead and take the tweezers and start putting the stems on. Remember which way they go?
Oh God.
These are the lubed ones. The one with the legs poking out, they're going to be on the side with the leaf.
Okay.
They're good luck. Be careful. Godspeed. And like I said, this is prime spring real estate. It will go flying, Zach. So you have no rush. I still have a bunch more to do. You're chilling. I really wish we had a good camera angle on this. I mean, we could, but none of us want to get up and do that. So at this point, we're just convo mode. But yeah, Demon Slayer, I'm excited for it. I also want to watch Mushoku Tensei, which is I've said Mushoku Tensei so much I forget the English title. Wow. Fake English person, am I right? Jobless, yeah. Jobless reincarnation, something like that. For jobless reincarnation. Reincarnated job, I don't know. That's apparently really super fucking hype right now. So I want to watch that. I want to watch Komi-san because I've been reading the manga for it, and it's a very wholesome manga. And it's like upwards almost 300 chapters, and it finally got an anime adaptation, so everybody's pogging. All the fans are like, let's fucking go! Finally. But what it also tells me is that it's probably nearing the end, which is scaring me. As a fan, right? But that's okay. Komi-san, it's well deserved, Komi-san. God bless Komi-san. And the Demon Slayer, of course. I want to get that. And other than that, a couple other shows, just kind of extra shows. I just want to get back into it, Zach. I want to get back into. I've really put down my anime gauntlet before, or recently.
Okay.
I've been the anime guy, but I don't watch anime. Now I'm just the manga guy.
Yeah, you're like the anime man, except for you're not watching anime right now, so you're just.
Yeah, I am literally just the anime man. I'm literally him, except not Australian.
And you don't live in Japan. I'm really hoping I'm putting these in the right way.
I mean, we can rotate them. It's fine.
Yeah.
For now, just put them on top. That's what matters. Every little thing is going to be... speaking of reading mangoes, I've been reading Berserk, which you probably don't know of, but it's a really fucking raunchy manga. And it's really popular. They had an anime adaptation, but it was really bad, unfortunately, because they did like 3D CG stuff. And after reading the manga, I feel even more bad because they really did it. They really did it wrong. But it's really fucking brutal. It's about this guy who has first of all, it's set in like kind of like a medieval type of era type of thing.
Oh, okay.
As well as kind of a fantasy realm, fairies and such, magic and all that. Very interesting. And it's about a guy named Guts, and he is basically a fucking badass.
Just a straight up unit.
He's a fucking, yes, literally. Like, he has a fucking giant sword that's bigger than him that will just chop people in half. And it's fucking gnarly. And he has a crossbow that's automatic. It's like, it's crazy shit, right? But that's not really exactly what you're watching it for. Although it is very fucking gory and gaunty and something I would personally never read or watch, but I needed to for the culture. And I think reading it is a lot better, easier in my stomach than watching it. I think if I see all the guts and stuff spewing out and blood in motion, I think that would probably cause me to projectile vomit. But seeing it in art, and the art is amazing. The artwork is fucking fantastic, by the way. I'm getting on a tangent, but yeah, I've been reading that, Zach. And I bought it. Like, I bought the volume. Like, I'm not a digital boy. I'm reading the actual thing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, for me, like, gore and that kind of stuff in media is not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know me. I'm not that. You know.
But that's just because, you know what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm totally power stancing.
Yeah, you're just you're fucking. Oh, I think I saw where it went. You're fine. It went near the tub, I think. You see it? What's on the table still? Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, as far as like gore and those types of things go, I'm like super desensitized to it because, you know, you've seen what I do.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I praise you for that. Fortunately, I was born with a weak stomach and constitution, apparently. But I'm getting better at it. Although I will say that the fact that it's manga does not necessarily mean that like stuff like horror manga and stuff, which I have read, are not super fucking raunchy and scary. Because I've read a couple chapters, that is. You know, I wouldn't subject myself to horror and completely read it. Although stories are pretty fucking fire, I will say. Like, I read this thing called Black Kanojo, or Black Girlfriend, who is not black skin tone wise, but it's pretty fucking dark.
Sick.
And it's pretty fucking nuts because you got to think, right, Zach? If it's in manga form, right? It's how can you make it scary? If you can see panels ahead of you, if nothing is in motion, how do you make it? How can you make it turn your stomach? You know,
right?
You find different ways. You use kind of, you know, atmospherical devices, dialogue choices, you know, of course, character development to build that type of character in your mind of who, you know, this psychopath is.
Right.
And then, of course, you know, the cherry on top, super fucking gory art. You know, but all those type of devices I find interesting as a you know, some guy who loves storytelling. So that's why I read it. Would I be able to watch an anime like that? Hell no. Sorry, I'll draw the line on that. But
see, I feel like I would be able to watch the anime, but I don't know if I'd be able to read the manga, just because it's like, you know,
you say that, but the manga is something else, I'll tell you.
I guess the point of apprehension for me is just kind of like where. I don't know, man. Like, I have a hard time reading gory stuff, and like, you know, I say that when I've read a bunch of really messed up shit.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's the same thing that we've had with our discussion of light novels, right? Like, when you don't have pictures, you don't have emotion, you have to, you know, how do you get someone scared? How do you get someone in that moment? Their imagination turning, right? You have to find these different things. Manga, they don't have motion.
Right.
So how do you simulate motion? How do you simulate that type of thing? I'll go ahead and finish her off.
Sounds very good.
All right. But yeah, it's interesting. But we're almost there, Zach. Not bad. Hour and a
Dude,
half.
this is not like I was expecting this to be a much more tedious
Because
process.
of my stream being 8 to 10 hours.
Well, no, not just that. It's just for the sheer fact that like I was expecting us to not get into that groove, you know? And obviously, you know, I had like the easiest job, but
No, none of the jobs were honestly. I would say pulling the springs apart and reassembling the switches is a lot easier than mind-numbingly lubing everything. Like because I just did the same exact thing 21 times or 20 times. I suppose you did this one. So not necessarily. I think you technically have the harder job. I had the more
tedious,
brainless job.
Yeah. Now this camera is sad.
Now this camera is sad.
Okay, wait.
Should we just move it? While he does that, while he precariously moves the camera, I really want to see. I mean, I'm not going to watch it, of course, but I'd love to see Zach watch horror anime. I think that'd be interesting as shit. Because, I mean, imagine like y'all horror media. While it's not my cup of tea, I can see how it can be others, and it's totally interesting. But for those of you who've watched horror anime or read horror manga before, it's a totally different ballpark because they have a lot more creative freedom to animate and draw whatever they want and not be bound by how to figure out how to make it look real and CG. They don't need to make it look real. They just need to do things like make the artwork, make the motion fluid, human, and trippy as shit. Oh my god, look at that. Cute. Ouch.
What do you think? Does that look good?
That looks fucking fantastic. Is it focused too? Oh my god, it is, Zach. Look at
Yeah.
him. It's almost like he does this for a living.
Well, I don't.
Well, no, but it's almost like he is a photographer. This is going to be really scary. So, Zach, okay, before you go ahead, the way this loop station works and this it's not really great as far as finishing the switch. So what I do, put the housing there, take your finger underneath it, lift it up out of the plate, snap it, and then take it out. It will not, the top housing, and then do a little, just to make sure, right? The housing, if you just put it on top, it will not close because it's too tight on the sides. So if you push it all the way down and let go, it's going to go bing.
So,
and I'm speaking from experience, Zach.
The dump truck side goes on the side with the clampy
dummy
boy.
thick side goes, yep. And make sure the legs are facing the right way as well. How was work this week, Zach? How was work?
It was okay.
That's good.
I mean,
anything crazy?
No, I mean,
just a normal day or a normal week.
So I did do we did do a fracture repair. So like a tibia fracture. And that was brutal just for the sheer fact that you know, when like I'm the one who is doing all like the surgery prep stuff, and so like, you know, cutting the hair on the leg and just prepping the leg for surgery and all that fun jazz. And so, you know, dealing with...
Reminder for the folks at home, Zach is a vet surgeon, animal surgeon, doctor buddy.
Assistant, sorry. Yeah. I wish I was a surgeon. Are you joking? That would be sick.
You need a little bit more schooling for that?
A lot more schooling. But yeah, basically, it was...
sorry. We're good. We're chilling. Everything is fine. It's all good. Everything's right.
So it just kind of sucked just for the sheer fact that it was like a complete fracture. And so
the opener, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'll get, just in case, go ahead and give a little tappy boy just to make sure everything works. Yeah, because I definitely did it backwards and it is not going through. Cool. That's okay though. It happens. Just reopen it and redo it. Chilling. Anyways,
so yeah, when you have a complete fracture of the tibia and fibula, you know, it does a lot of unsettling things, like flops the wrong way, and like it just really sucked to have to like basically manhandle this dog's leg after they got hit by a car, and it was just like, oh god, this sucks. But I mean, you know, as much as I'll sit and complain, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be able to learn in these situations and be able to have people that I can ask questions and that know the answer to said questions.
Sure.
So
This one might be compromised, but I'm not sure.
did I do anything wrong with it?
Nah, I think the leaf may have fucked up, but it might be okay. We'll keep this switch as a mulligan. By the way, we've been watching Origaru.
We just got done with, or no, we're on the final episode because both of us got really tired.
No. We watched the last episode of season 1.
Oh, did we? I don't even.
The sports festival.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We watched it, and that was great.
By the way, I'm just going through and pushing again because.
Oh yeah, go ahead, please do.
I have not been doing that.
Oh, that's okay.
On accident.
I think this one might be compromised, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's okay though. I think that might have been my fault, but it's all good. We have plenty more switches where that came from. We're gonna start season 2. I don't know, maybe tonight, or
depending
if you're busy or not.
Yeah, I don't know. And like my right now is a really weird time just for me to allocate time for things.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like.
Oh, it is Christmas time.
Yeah, it's Christmas time, and also, I have family shenanigans going on. I have things going on with like my friends. Like people are having family problems in my friend group, and that really sucks. And so, I just realized a really easy way to like finish the clamp is to just push on the sides.
Ah.
Never thought of that. But yeah, it's like it's been really hard for me to be able to allocate time for things just because I'm trying to be there,
right?
And they're being everywhere.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
So yeah, I don't really know, and like I've probably said this to you many times. But yeah, right now is the hardest time for me to tell you that I can or cannot do anything.
That's all good, bro. Do not worry.
Oh,
I fixed it.
You fixed it?
I fixed it.
Did you do a re-Lubie-doo?
Well, that was part of it, but it seemed like the leaf was a little off, but it seemed like I was able to fix it, I think. I mean, it works. It goes up and down, so that's a good start.
I mean, yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we'll obviously test each switch.
Make it like the page up button. So even if it doesn't work, it's like whatever.
It's like, well, fuck it. And then that one fateful day when you need that page up button, you're like, oh shit.
Damn it, I should not have let Arthur do that.
All right. What was it doing? Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta finish these boys.
I accidentally knocked one of the things off.
Oh no.
Oh,
where'd it go?
It's just sitting on top right here.
It's all good, bro. Get the fuck, yes.
Get fucked. Dude, my depth perception got so wonky near the end of me putting all the top pieces on.
You're telling me.
It was like, oh god.
It's okay. Come on, baby. But yeah, we won't talk about Origaru just yet because we're gonna blue balls ourselves until the final season, until we're done.
Yeah,
we're gonna go freaking crazy mode because it's a lot. It's a lot. I'll tell you what.
I think that that is gonna end up being our longest episode.
You think? Well, and again, we don't want to Bunny Girl Senpai it, right? For nowadays, we just kind of, if we do an anime episode, we just kind of talk about it and then talk about the themes. But it's also a theme that I am very passionate about, being high school hierarchy, social groups, social pressure,
right?
Obligation. Most importantly, reading the room, atmosphere, right? That's what Origaru is all about. Origaru is about this kind of Japanese idea of reading the room, and there's a word for it. I don't know what it is. I learned it recently, and it's quite literally just like I mean, obviously, you and I, even here in the West, we have experiences of what that means, right? Like read the room, the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But in Japanese culture, apparently it's like a whole thing. Like it's like a serious like whole culture type thing, where it's like these cultural rules and it's really serious and it's kind of part of it. And Origaru follows the idea of Hachiman and the MC, who is kind of like hates that, and he kind of observes it, I guess, from the sidelines, right? Observes these rules, observes these hierarchies, and puts them in a situation where he kind of, I don't know, he just doesn't give a shit, you know? And
Right. Do you want me to do the last one?
do the last one, bro. Finish her off. Wait. But yeah. And I'm just really excited because, you know, and you explained it as well while we were watching it. The funnest part about Oregai is just seeing character interaction.
Yeah.
The way every character talks to each other and to how they talk to different characters, and just seeing how they change is very interesting.
Yeah.
But not to get too much into it, of course. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll talk about that. Nice. That's all the switches, Zach. Yeah. At least the main ones. Because we have these buddies which are lubed. And we have these ones that are stock. So hopefully we'll try not to lose them. Do you have the rest of the case for this?
I do, yeah.
Reassemble them so we don't get mixed up. Arigato. Now, Zach, the fun part.
Ooh, do we get to snap all the switches in?
Snap all the switches. Now, Zach, this experience is not going to be the same for most because this is an older keyboard, like 2018. That doesn't necessarily mean everything. This doesn't mean the same for all the old keyboards, but what it means to me is that it's not the best. So it is hot swap. That is true. However, it's really tight. Like you will see once we start, it's like a fucking tight fit. And you might want to relocate the camera again back to where it was. I know. You go ahead and do that while I explain.
No, I was just cringing because look at the third camera.
Nice. Lovely. But yeah, it's you'll see what I mean. Now in other keyboards, nice. Let's go.
I just bottle flipped a bear.
Get fucked. Have you bottle flipped a bear? Didn't think so. So yeah, let me explain. So so far, I've only used hot swap keyboards, including this one, and including the GX60 or the GK61 that I did the other time. And those switches were very easy to insert. You just plug them in and they work. They're also pretty loose in the sense that if you weren't careful, and by that I mean in most cases, if you take a keycap puller and you pull try to pull the keycap out, oftentimes the switch will come with it. Not the best thing in the world, but also, you know, these are cheap keyboards, so what are you gonna do? Obviously, don't fret too much. Pretty simple. Just plug it back in and you're chilling, right? So don't get too don't get too crazy about it. It's all good. It's fine if it's loose. If anything, it's worse that it's hard. So these switches, if you put them in, they kind of suck ass because they're stuck in these switches, and you have to put a lot of muscle to take them out, which kind of sucks and it's a little scary. But I've done it multiple times because before we're starting this stream, I've done multiple tests on this so far. So don't worry. All good. I've unscrewed, rescrewed.
We're not streaming, but
we're not. Oh, my bad. Before this show, before this episode, I've taken the switch out, back in, out, back in, out, back in, keycaps in, out, in. I've done all sorts of things to this board so far. Literally last night and this week, because I've been working on this the entire week. I didn't sit down and do it all in one sitting. I decided to just kind of pluck at it here and there whenever I had time. So
this is amazing. I love this.
Yes, Zach, I'm going to show you. I don't think I was going to prepare it. Oh, by the way, here you go. You can find a way to situate that with your camera. But oh god, bear. Bear. But what am I trying to say? I've done a ton of. I have comparisons of what it was before and after. I wanted to get it set up for this show, but I didn't have time to transfer the files and stuff because it's on my phone. Frankly, transferring files from phones is really fucking annoying.
It is.
So, I just didn't want to deal with it.
It's either email or you
do this weird, through the cable, and it's weird, and it's like, what are we doing? So here's the lube ones. Here are also lubed ones. These are the ones that I lubed. But since these are the ones that you lubed, well, I lubed as well, but you helped. We'll use these ones first.
Okay.
All right, cool. And just go ahead and you kind of know how there's one right here too if you need a reference. But you know which ones to put for the lube. You know which ones are the function keys, right? And which one are the numbers and all that. So go ahead and put the keys in the needed spots, and then the switches in the
I
needed
just
spots.
put a lube switch in the escape button. Whoops.
That's fine. That's fine. I counted for the escape button. Escape button's important, Zach. I think.
It's not sitting like flush.
That's what I'm saying. So it does not feel like it, right? Like it really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be part because I put foam in between, and this foam is not necessarily for this keyboard. I just shoved it the fuck in, right? And then screwed it. So the tension is a little weird. So just go ahead and put that switch down. Or now you're probably going to want to, and this is going to sound really scary, but it's okay. Take the switch and just fucking yank, just throw down on one side. It doesn't have to sit all the way flush, but just until it feels like it's down. Like it's really, it's really scary. Like I was really fucking, I was super not, this is not what you should be doing like for other keyboards. But I added foam in the case and between the plate and the PCB, and they're really thick foam too. So it's a little rough, but it should work. Let me see it. Let me confirm.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, don't worry. It's not gonna go all the way flush. But yeah, you like I even pick it up and counter tension like you just fucking.
Yeah.
Like where's my camera? You just fucking. It's really scary, and I never had to do this with my other keyboards. Right. So for only this one, but I've done that like 5 different times already, so it's okay. It's all good. If you bend a switch, do not, or if you bend the pins, right? Like you miss the holes, and you bend the switch or the pins, do not fret. It's all good. You will know. You will feel it. It's not going in. If it does not feel like it's going in, abort. Take it out. Okay. Check it. If it's bent, all good. Just bend it back. Okay. It will. I mean, it should not break. In theory. If not, it's all good. We have more switches. So yeah. Do your best. I would love to help you here, but for now I think it's more suitable to just kind of have a time right now, eh?
Yeah.
Have a time.
Why is this uneven?
Is one of the legs up? Oh, the cable.
Oh. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Nice.
I was trying to put tension on it.
Nice.
And it was just like
Pog. W.
Okay.
But yeah, it's scary, and your mileage may vary. It will vary, honestly. It should not be like this, but then again, like I said, I really stuffed the shit out of it with foam. But I'm gonna show you. I'm probably okay. Future Anuki, remind myself to put it in the comparison because I recorded it of how this keyboard was before I added the foam and lube. I think this is more the stabilizers, but the foam also kind of mutes the stabilizers as well, so it helps as well. Because it's like in between the stabilizers. Anyway, that's besides the point. It was a rattly bitch. Like I would flick it and it would just go ping, pong, pong. And now give it a flick, Zach. Give it a smack. That's a freaking solid unit. So I'm pretty proud of it because I'm going to, for the people at home, I'll have a comparison if I remember. God help me if I remember. I hope I do. But yeah. It was pretty bad before, so I'm pretty proud.
So the function keys and then these ones are the only ones that aren't lubed, right?
Yes. You're only going to lube these, escape, and arrow keys.
Okay.
Function keys and then these keys are not good. I'm pointing at my keyboard I have right here. My gamer keyboard.
Yeah, the gamer keyboard that I was literally using.
Yeah, you've used all my keyboards. That's okay though.
Not the chiclets.
Oh, that one? Yeah. Well, I need that one, Zach. That's for work. When we're no longer having fun, it's for business, Zach. When I got the suit and tie in, Zach, you know?
Yeah, I feel
when I'm doing the Excel sheets, Zach, I need the MX keys. Yeah. Feels really bad. I know. Don't worry, you're fine. And frankly, again, not a very expensive keyboard. These switches also not very expensive. Right. Worst comes to worst, I'm not going to be super butthurt because this overall does not cost as much as you think. And in fact, I implore people, if they have a keyboard that is hot swap, to try this out. Because
this is
nowadays,
fun.
Yeah. Because nowadays, Zach, a lot of keyboards, even mechanical keyboards, are hot swap. As long as you don't get like the Logitechs and the Razors and such. As long as you kind of buy like a cheapo Chinese kit or Chinese keyboard or whatever, one of those. Or even like a RK61, the Royal Kludge family that I used to own that Jackson has now.
Yeah.
Which I would love to take back from him and see if we can mod that one as well.
Yes.
Which was the point. The point of the Royal Kludge was to mod it. But then I gave it to him. That's okay though.
I love how you just kind of became like the hell yeah, you can borrow my keyboard. You can borrow.
Well, Zach, what am I going to do with my keyboard stash? You know, I'm going to mod the one that you gave me, Zach. That's going to be great. Because I do want to mod the stock brown switches. Because one thing because we're going to be modding my brother's keyboard too, right? And his keyboard is not hot swap. So like I said, did I say that already? Yes, I did, right? His keyboard is not hot swap.
Ooh, can I? Do you want to film that?
Oh, for my brother's keyboard or for this?
For your brother's keyboard, because it's not hot swap.
I don't know if I'm going to, because that's more of just a side project. If I do, I mean, I'd like to do that for the keyboard I gave Jackson. Anyway, so I'll probably pawn this keyboard that you gave me off to Jackson, and we'll do a little switcheroo, and then I'll test out that.
Dude, it's so funny because I told you that I was like, I really like the 60.
Do you mind giving me the mouse, by the way?
Yeah.
Arigato.
I really liked the keyboard that you had, but I just was really missing the arrow keys.
Oh yeah, I know. I miss the arrow keys, Zach. Like I got kind of used to it, but you can only get so used to it. Like it's pretty rough. So do not worry.
I don't know if you guys can see how oofed my finger is.
Don't worry.
My thumb.
We're gonna try something. Later, nerd. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that. Zach building a keyboard. Doesn't get more wholesome than this.
All I'm doing is putting switches in at this point. Which, I mean, you know, it is kind of what...
It is what it is.
I love this so much.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. What were we talking about?
I don't even remember. Keyboards.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're going to solder my brother's keyboard, and that'll be my first time attempt soldering a keyboard. So naturally, I'd love it to be not my keyboard. But that'll be fun. I bought all the stuff. I did not get a fume like extractor, like a fumigator type thing, a fan to grab the fumes, because the fumes that you get from soldering, as some of you may know, is not good. Like you do not want to inhale that shit. It is worse than it's really bad.
It's worse than really bad.
It's worse than really bad. Imagine really bad, but worse. That's what it is. So I do not recommend doing it without a fumigator. Please do, the proper due diligence stuff. Unfortunately, I just don't have that set up. So yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I just didn't buy it. Just, I was buying things for myself. There we go. We'll do 1 and 2. So, I should probably, do we have 7 and 8 to use for it? No, we don't. I'll use 7 and 8. You guys don't care. No, it's all good. Yeah, please do that. Please, God. It's not good to inhale. But I think we'll be okay as long as we are mindful. And also, we don't solder all the time. There's going to be we'll solder like a max of 2 times. So, we'll do this and then I'll do my keyboard and then that'll be it. So I think I can't justify one of those.
I mean, okay, if this is something that you plan on doing consistently, I know that you would do the due diligence of getting the stuff that you need for it.
Yes.
Just for the sheer fact that,
yeah,
obviously we do kind of scuff stuff around here, but at the same time, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do something stupid,
Yeah. Well, not something too stupid.
Not too. Yeah. Well, I'm not okay. I'll do stupid things, but I'm not gonna do something literally ignorant, right?
Right.
So I know I'm not even my end game keyboard when I get there, Zach, is probably gonna be hot swap. I'm gonna be real. I just want to be able to have soldering under my belt as a skill set, because as I've seen before, I've learned that a lot of things as far as fixing PCBs and stuff for all sorts of things, computers or anything like that, is quite literally a matter of just soldering.
Yeah,
I've learned, and that's interesting. So I want to since I do work in tech a lot, I want to be able to have that under my belt, even if it's amateurish.
Yeah, and I mean, my experience with soldering is definitely very, very limited, but also at the same time,
Have you done it?
Like once or twice.
Oh, really? I've never done it before.
Yeah.
Did you take a mechanics class in
no.
high school?
I was just my dad and I. Oh, it was for a project that I did for school, but I made It was really cool. It was super, super rudimentary soldering,
Mm-hmm.
but it was basically like every time you would throw like this basketball into the basketball hoop, it would have like
an LED.
a little LED sign
Oh, nice.
behind it, and so like my dad let me solder and use like a
Does he have one, like a soldering iron and such?
yeah.
Nice, as one does. You know, I made a joke before. Where it's oh fuck, I dropped a switch.
Nintendo?
I made a joke before, way back. I think you might have been there in the Discord call where I was just, or maybe not. I was just saying like, I don't just have a soldering iron in my closet just ready to go, and I was making fun of the keyboard nerds. But now, Zach, now I have one just lying, just chilling.
Yeah,
as one does.
But here's the nice thing though, is that this is one of those things that you can use outside of just being a hobbyist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fuck it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm glad I partook in this, and also it's just, you know, at the end of the day, it's just fun. I don't think I'll do, like I said, I'm probably, my final keyboard is probably going to be a hot swap, but that's just more because, okay, so keyboard, to my understanding, right? I want to rule out this potential thing, I don't think it's a myth, but I know in the space it's not, but for anybody looking outside in, who doesn't know very much, may not know this, or may not think this, right? One myth is that if you do a hot swap keyboard, you're a beta male, you know? Like, come on, you don't solder your switches like a real man, right? That is not the case. Actually, a lot of keyboard enthusiasts have started to just use hot swap boards, just because, I mean, it's literally easy, you know? And hot swap boards have gone down in price, where they're basically essentially the same price, or sometimes even cheaper than non-hot swap boards. So it's like, why would you not? There's there's literally no reason,
right?
Other than brownie points. But especially for like keyboard enthusiasts, like maybe like keyboard YouTubers, right? Soldering takes time, and desoldering takes even more time. So why would you do that, right? There's like quite literally no reason. So it's like, but like, why not? So a misconception maybe, I don't know if it's true, but it may be that if you don't solder your switches, you're a pussy. That's not the case. If anything, just fucking go for it. You know, have a time, just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get the people who try to act like you need to do things a certain way for you to be like cool or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like there's no right way to do really anything in life, and so literally I'm going over to the arrow keys. I want them to be lubed.
Yes, of course. They were part of the stack, or the part of the 61.
You know, it's like there's no proper way to do anything. Well, I mean, obviously there's a proper way to like wipe your butt.
Sure, right.
But like
for other, but, you know, there's a level to it, right?
As far as hobbies go, there's not like one, you know, if you don't do it this way, you're a fucking sociopath.
Yeah, Zach, if I'm learning a piano piece and I don't do the correct fingering as the composer intended, you know, I'm not gonna get, you know, like you have no reason to crucify me for that, right?
Right.
That type of thing. But I mean, I just want to say there are hobbies where, you know, that type of thing could be frowned upon, just because, you know, just that type of culture, I suppose, that kind of type of subset culture. But for as far as I'm concerned, for the keyboard hobbyists that I've talked to, they don't care. So take that to note.
All right, we're done.
Good timing. Give it maybe a sanity push on all the switches just to make sure. Some of them will end up being flush, some won't. The foam that I inserted is not consistent because one of the things that is on the, it sounds great on the mic. One of the things that is a difference between the old Phantom Tecware and the previous and the new one that I learned is that there is a bolt in between the PCB and the plate, and that means that I'm not able to take it out. In other iterations, it's not there.
Where are the stock?
Yeah, I'll get that in a second. Let me finish my thing real quick. Sorry. But it's bolted on, which means it's like there's no screw hole or anything. I can't take it out, so I wasn't able to. So what I had to do was kind of precariously bend the plate and the PCB a little bit to get an opening, and I just cut little stitches of the foam, insert it into different places. So it's not a full layer of foam. They're just in areas. But that helped enough for hollowness help. There's none on the right side at all, but it's not pingy. So it worked. As long as it was overall, then it worked. And there's a super thick foam buddy in the bottom, so it's all good. But yeah, that's something to think about. I don't know if it's a new iteration thing or an old iteration thing. I just know that I looked up a thing where someone modded it, and it was not the same as mine. I was like, oh well, fuck. But it's okay. I knew enough to get a little creative, and it worked out. Anyways, Zach. Oh, wait, I forgot. You need to get the other switches. We need to finish. I totally forgot. We only got the lubed one. All right, now we get the beta male ones. For the, are you sure, Zach? You don't want a lubed print screen, Zach?
No, I don't want it.
Are you sure, Zach? Those screenshots though, they need to be extra lubed.
Yeah, because I'm just so eager to be taking fucking screenshots.
Hey man, you know I am.
I know you are.
We'll go ahead and finish, but yeah, do the hobbies as you want. That's all for the previous rant, and then for I totally forgot what I was talking about just now. What the fuck was I talking about?
Soldering key.
Yeah.
Soldering.
No, after that.
Fuck,
What was I literally just talking about? Doesn't matter because it wasn't important. All right.
We better hurry up, otherwise this is going to be the longest stream. God,
Longest. No, not really. Jamie episode is still up there as our longest. We only just hit the 2-hour mark, Zach. Not that bad.
Oh, it's only 2.
Yeah. What, you thought it was like 3?
I don't know. I'm not used to us like actually starting on time.
Yeah. I just told you to come like as early as possible, which I was honestly half expecting you to show up at like 6 a.m. Thank God you didn't.
Dude, I left Washougal at like 10.
That's right. You're at Washougal. That's right.
Yeah, and what I totally could have just left at like 8, and then come straight here, but I knew that you would probably want to murder me if I did that, and so I was just kind of like, you know what, like 11 is pretty decent for us.
Yeah, I was just afraid of setup. As all, because usually whenever we do interesting setups, like, something that we haven't done before, like for example, this one or the Jamie one where we did our first third camera angle.
Yeah.
Setting that up the day before that helped a lot, I gotta say, because that took forever.
Yeah, but that was also, it's hard for us to get like anything done unless we're on a time crunch because we just kind of dick around and
yeah, that's true.
Do things the way that we like to do things, which is in a very unorganized ass backwards way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that,
but when we're it's getting things done and that type of thing, obviously it's Jamie, we're having a guest, we don't want his time to be occupied by us fucking around instead of setting up properly, right?
Yeah,
so we'll just fuck around during the setup the day before and we're fine. Get the fuck around out of the way. Speaking of guests, I think I mentioned it, but Jamie mentioned Red, who went to Prairie with us and was also part of a film class that me and Jamie were in. Great guy. The one who did his hair now. That guy.
Oh, yeah.
That he was mentioning. And he would love to be on the show as well. So yeah, we'll have him on as well and we'll have a chat. I'm not sure what, but again, just catching up is nice. Maybe part of this is just like, we'll just get our high school buddies, right? And we'll just kind of catch up maybe. Maybe that's also an element of this show.
I think that'd be really fun.
Because I've done that so far. And so far, we've only gotten a couple boys.
Yeah.
And
all right. Next step,
Zach. No. We need to do something first. Oh, you said switch. I think you meant keycaps.
Or keycaps, yeah.
We need to do something important and to make sure the switches work. So let's go ahead and test the switches. Now, as much as I would love to have a grand reveal type thing, I feel like that would not be best. So we're going to go to the keyboard. Oh, now we would go to... let me finish this. All right. Zach, this is my favorite one to use. Let me switch over to this camera. So this is my favorite one. Not because it is... not necessarily because it's bare bone. Yeah, I know, it's all good. Let me see. So before we start, this is why this is my favorite, Zach. Because first of all, go ahead and just type something just to make sure it's going. Oh my God, it is. Yo, 8. Nice. Without even looking, look at that. So, the reason why this is my favorite, Zach, is because I know I'm blue balls in you. Here we go. There's a grand reveal. You can choose from different modes. Go ahead and click one. Give her a click. Okay, that's a bit loud. Okay, give her now. Yeah, that's fine. So whatever. We'll go a little quieter just for the sake of what's about to happen.
Also, they can hear the music too.
Oh, they can. I got a DMCA. Anyways. This is the reason why this is my favorite, Zach, and I keep saying this, is because you have 3 options. You can have a click. Go ahead. You can have none. Nothing. Or you can have Josh. Josh. Beautiful. Thank you, Zach. Now go ahead and Josh every switch, starting from top top left to top right. Dude, the audio listeners are so confused right now.
That's okay.
They've never, audio listeners have been confused before, but this is a peak of confusion. No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, give her a tug. All right. Keep going. Oh yeah, that's a function. That doesn't get one. Select, and then one more alt. Arrow keys. Josh. Beautiful. All right, so only 2.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, tab and Q.
Tab and Q. I bet. Okay. Unfortunate, but hey, it happens. It's all good. So go ahead and take this. Now, here's a fun one. You can take this buddy. This buddy's going to go vertically, and you're going to... This is a bit scary, so be careful, Zach. So I think this is more of the plate, not the switch. Go ahead and you're going to take it. You see there's a tab on the top of the switch. You kind of see it?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to just squeeze that along with the bottom of the switch. Do not squeeze too hard. Squeeze enough where you have a grip, because if you squeeze too hard, you'll break the tab. And then when you do, pull up. You'll pull from the bottom side because that's where the pins are. You can probably use your right hand for leverage or one hand to hold the plate. It's pretty tough. Nice. All right, check the pins. See if they're... Oh, yeah, sure. Oh. See if they're bent. No, they're not bent. Okay, how about that one?
Let's switch them. They don't look bent.
This might be the ones that were kind of kerfuckled. So... All right, now that you've taken them out, let's do the old turn off, turn on. Let's put them back in and see what happens.
Should I switch them?
Sure.
Fuck it.
I won't have the Josh on this time for the boys, but oh god.
Nope. No Josh.
No Josh. No Josh. Hate to see it.
Josh?
No Josh. All right, go ahead, take it out. Go ahead and put the unloop switches in. We'll see. Make sure that we didn't kerfuckle the PCB. It shouldn't. It should be fine, but just in case. Because there was, like I said, there was a couple mulligans where they were the stems were a bit off. Oh, Josh! You guys couldn't hear that, but we got a Josh.
So, do you want to lube these?
Yeah, we can lube them, but go ahead and try the other one first. We got a Josh. Oh my God, we got a Josh. Okay, now before my head explodes. Nobody heard the second round of Joshes, but it was pretty rough. All right, let me open these and just see what we're looking at. It's probably the leaf, if I had to take a guess.
He's doing a thing.
Doing a thing right now. Don't worry about it, guys. Okay, there we go. I might have just fuckity-wuckied this switch, but that's okay.
Do you want to try to get the Josh?
I think we're going to try and get a Josh, Zach. Drake and Josh theme intensifies. Whoa. Any Josh? No Josh?
Mm-mm.
No Josh. All right, they're compromised. All good.
So this is the other mulligan that does not work? Okay.
I think mulligan, is that the right word? All right, it's all good. I'll go ahead and lube these two. Or do you want to lube them, Zach?
I don't want to do this. Dude, my brain is melting slowly but surely.
All right, then while I do that, Zach, why don't I show you the keycaps you're going to have.
Blah!
So, these are ACO... what are they called? Pescatarian?
Psittacus.
No.
Psittacus.
Okay. Nerd.
Pedicabus.
Here you are, Zach. Let me show to the camera. So these are interesting keycaps. They're from Echo. So we got Echo switches and Echo keycaps. And they make pretty good, pretty nice keycaps. Pretty decent for the price as well.
Oh, there's multiple.
Oh, keycap switches. Yeah. So this is gonna be the fun part, Zach. Obviously, you have the main keys, but some of the keys, there's novelty keys, different color keys, like the escape or I think the space bar. There's also novelty keys with like there's a black escape or a red escape. You want to show the camera? And then there's some keys with icons. The ones with icons. So the row, I think I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. I'm taking a guess. The rows indicate where they lie on the keyboard. Okay. So obviously you can't put like one of those switches on a bottom key because they're different. They're different heights. Right. It's like the top is like R5, R4, R3, R2, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't you can't just put them willy nilly. But I think the ones with the icons are escape. So the top row. So yeah, that's a keycap puller. You'll need that to take the switches out because they're really nicely packed. And yeah, Zach, you can just have a time. You can pick which ones you want. This will be your time, Zach. I lube the switches, but you can choose what's on the surface. You have a time, Zach. And while you do that,
now I need to make decisions.
Yep, this is your time, Zach. You get to think.
I kind of want to do.
What is it, Zach? What is the move?
Like red arrow keys, red escape, red backspace.
Yeah. There's tons of ways to do it, Zach. You can have it all murdered out gray and have one red accent key for a piece. You can have multiple red keys, just have it a super cohesive theme. You can just have it murdered out with no red keys, you can have a time.
How does this work? The
keycap. So it's a little spongy boy. You're going to insert it vertical, like parallel. You'll twist it so it's diagonal, and then you'll pull it out while it's... Yeah, let me see it. Oh, let me see the puller, the keycap puller. All right. You'll take it like this, twist it so that it's diagonal.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll just pop out.
I tried to do that with a space, and it was not working.
Oh, the space is not. Space is the mulligan. Yeah, good luck with that. Space bar, you want to do like one side at a time. I do the space bar last, in my opinion. So yeah, have a time, Zach. This is your time. This is you, Zach. This is you. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna finish lubing these extra switches. I'm pretty sure. I think because when I was not your fault, I think it might have been my fault. When I was placing some of the switches into the housings, I think I might have grabbed against the leaf and kind of yanked it, which means I'm pretty sure it's fixable. But we don't have. That's not in the scope of this episode right now, so we're not gonna worry about that. For now, we're gonna worry about Zach building your keyboard.
We're not going to talk about how I almost put the enter key where the shift key goes. Oh.
We'll do a sound test at the end. But yeah, like I said, not a crazy difference. Also, we didn't lube it heavily. I wanted to go for a more light lube because it was already pretty smooth to begin with. So I didn't want to get too crazy. For the space bar, make sure you do the left. Make sure the left and right is in. Yeah, it'll kind of snap. The space bar, I'm going to show you a comparison, Zach. Oh man, that is the biggest change. I got to say, the space bar is freaking crazy. And I'm proud of it the most. Okay. Tweezers. I hope this is a fun episode. I don't know. It might be a little jarring to watch, I admit. But, it's interesting. Building a keyboard. I feel like we need sometimes having some activities, That could be fun. Otherwise, it would just be the same old.
Yeah, I get you.
Like maybe one episode we talk about, life and politics. And then the next episode we play Mario Kart, Who knows, Zach? It's just keeping you on your toes. Like, what are they going to do next?
Okay, that would low-key be so fun.
That would.
I'm basically doing the red keys first.
That's okay. Go ahead. See, this is how Zach I was able to do this for fucking 8 to 10 hours. It's just spant. It's just fun. And sometimes some people they're looking at this like, bro, no way. And frankly, Zach, yes, I agree. You probably should not build a keyboard in one sitting. That's a bit too much discipline. Like a full 8-hour, 10-hour session. No, you can just do like an hour at a time, like throughout the week, and you'll be done. Like maybe one day you lube the switches, another day you lube the stabs. Well, I guess you lube the stabs at the same day or something. One day you mod the case, like put foam or tape or whatever. And then, you just kind of allocate different tasks for different days. I think that's the more healthier way to do it. Especially when you get like really sweaty and you not only lube, but you film switches, which is even more delicate because you have to put a really thin layer with tweezers in between the top and the bottom housing. It's a pretty sweaty thing to do. And you don't have to do it for every switch, but it's definitely it goes a long way to my understanding. Oh, that's the point I was trying to make a while ago. A lot of keyboards nowadays are hot swap. As long as you don't get like the Razors and the Logitechs and stuff, just look up hot swaps. Make sure also, even if they're optical, sure, why not? I recommend against it just so you can try different switches. But if it's optical, it's okay. Otherwise, just look up lubing switches, different keycaps, even as much as it's changing your keycaps, like that. It's a little fun, it's a fun way to just add a little bit of character to your keyboard, because otherwise it's just your average everyday Joe Schmo gaming keyboard, like nobody, there's no fun in that, So try some keycaps, whether you buy clones on Amazon and stuff, whether you want to support, it's its own controversial take, whether you should buy the clones or buy the original sets for super exploded prices, as well as for, that's my fault. For super exploded prices, as well as, you have to...
Do you want to just unplug the keyboard for now?
True. And Thanks. Like super... you have to wait for group buys and stuff, and it's like really annoying. And then, so people are like, okay, just buy clones, but don't buy clones because you're not supporting the original. And as someone who, says that for like anime art, for example, like always, I have this weird thing where I'm not the biggest fan of people who reposting anime art, like for like anime art Twitters and stuff. I mean, if they sauce the original creator, then sure, why not? But some people don't, and that's a bit of controversial take. But I digress. It's a bit of a different area though, because for this, it's like the market for these super expensive keycaps are already massive, anyways, and they sell out like almost immediately. So there's still a demand for it. So I think it's okay for clones to exist because people are still going to buy the originals.
Right.
And a lot of people, like, it'll sell out day one. So I don't think you're hurting any market by buying clones. If anything, like I said, we talked about bootleg and stuff, bootleg figures, merch, that type of stuff. And as long as it's not infringing on any artwork or anything like that, original work, as long as it's not, as long as you own up to it and you say, yes, this is bootleg, I am very aware. I'm wearing fake Yeezys, it's what I'm doing right now, right?
Feezies,
yeah. I'm not hiding it. I know it's fake. Everybody can tell it's fake. I'm not pretending it's fake, or I'm not pretending it's real. If you can do that much and that, buy a Cologne keycap set, and you'll see like people, like you watch builds, full builds, and then people will have their keycaps, and they will even mention in their build, their keyboard build, that these are clones. Like that's how much respect there is for the original set. So I don't think, whether you want to support clones or not, totally up to you. It's all good, but it's not something to get too sweaty over compared to other things. So do not worry. I mean, I'm obviously going to recommend get originals, out of nature. But if you got to do what you got to do, that's all I'll say. Do what you got to do. I took a really long time to lube these ones.
It's okay. I'm taking forever too, so.
A little upset that we broke 2 switches, but it's all good. This is also another reason why you want to buy more switches than you think, because things happen. It's all good. It's looking good, Zach.
Thanks, buddy.
Look at your keyboard. You're building the keyboard, Zach. You're doing it. He's doing the thing.
Dude, I hope this makes me so fucking happy.
I was a little afraid. So before, I wasn't sure what switches to use. I was going to use Ocean Blues, which Fun fact, they are blue, but they are not clicky. They're tactile. So they'd be similar to the get-around browns that you've been typing on before. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we lube those. Well, one, if lubing tactiles, you could lube them in a way where it doesn't soften the tactile bump, but you can also do it in a way where it does. And I was like, okay, well, maybe since he's been using tactile this entire time, I'm not sure if you ever typed on a linear switch.
I haven't used a linear switch for a long period of time, but I have typed on one before.
Right. And it's definitely a learning curve, I will say. It's not the most ideal for typing, personally. I still think, no matter what, tactile, clicky, they're going to be the best for just straight typing, no matter what. But, you can use a linear typing. I can do it, and I can hit pretty high speeds if I need to with a linear switch, and you'll get used to it. And so I decided, you had a brown switch, right, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
And these before were brown switches, which I removed. So I was like, well, why the fuck would I put another brown-esque switch again? That would kind of defeat the purpose. So I decided to go to the the Radiant Reds, a popular Echo switch for its kind of poppy sound. And maybe you like that. And I know one time you mentioned you liked this keyboard that I have, which use black switches, which are a little heavier. And I was like, okay, maybe I should have gotten them black switches, but I had these around and I already wasn't going to use them anyway. So I thought, you know what, let's get them these. So these are going to be a little more lightweight inherently, but I think you'll still like them. I think you'll still enjoy them. I hope.
I'm getting to a rhythm now, in case you couldn't tell.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a rhythm. It's not a fast and other these ones they're like, there's a really nice packaging, like they're in the packaging, like it's not gonna fall out, like it's kind of in its own little cherry stem inside that packaging. Can't see it very well on the camera though, but that means you have to take a keycap puller to take every switch out of the case, which takes some time. Other cases you don't have to do that; you just pluck them out. But presentation. I will say Akko does a very good job of presenting. Like these cases, like I have tape that says stock on it. Here, show it to the third camera, Zach. It's a really pretty packaging, very pretty. And these are like $12 a pack.
Yeah.
Like really, and there's like a inside casing too, like it's pretty good. And even the keycap case, like this is really pretty. I can kind of show it. Look at that. It's pretty pretty. And it comes in the, I smacked the tree. I was kind of scared there. It comes in that packaging, which is magnet, and it's really nice and organized. Like they did a really good job presenting. So for a budget brand, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Now I will say, Akko, or maybe not Akko specifically, but because in the nature of things, they do have keycaps that clone other keycaps in their own way. They're their own thing, but the design, like, you're not fooling anyone, right? It's quite literally the same thing. Like I was debating getting you samurai keycaps, which are a little bit more black. They're black and red, but they have gold legends and they have hiragana legends.
Ooh.
Which are very cool. I didn't know they existed though, so I got these before, and I bought them. I bought these on sale for Black Friday, I missed the sale for those ones, the samurai keycaps, but they are clones of GMK keycaps, which is another brand GMK is like a really popular brand for making super duper quality keycaps, like super duper good quality. And they're not the same exactly. Like you can look at them and they're obviously different, but it's quite literally like just in super duper inspired. So they're clones. And I was going to get you those, but I didn't. And you can kind of argue like those type of keycaps where they're kind of imitating it. It's rough. And that same keycap set, it's the GMK one. I did say they're quality, which means they're expensive, but that samurai keycap are one of the non-expensive ones. Ish. They're like $90. Pretty expensive, but for GMK it's not bad. And then those red samurais or from Akko are like 60-ish bucks. So it's like a competing similar version, but for cheaper. So it's kind of like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like Behringer, right? They have their own like line, like they have their Rode and NT clone. They recently made an AT 2020 clone. They've made they have their Shure SM48 clone, and it's like, the problem is like they're really good, right? But it's like, do you want to support that? That's all. And you have to justify that. I'm personally not going to, publicly shame you or anything if you do anything like that. It's whatever, It's just kind of the way the market works, It's kind of the way of the land, right? It's just whether you are okay with supporting that. That's all, Because it's the same thing as like, some, not to get too crazy about it, but some clothing lines, right, are really nice, but in the factory, in China, the working conditions may not be up to par, There might be, I don't know if it's outruled necessarily, but, child labor was a thing, and I don't know if it still is a thing, but I'm sure it is, right? But obviously that type of stuff doesn't get brought up when it comes to, luxury and, clothing here. Domestic would be in-house, but, when we purchase clothing here, we don't think about that manufacturing process, right? So that's the type of thing where it's like, is that the type of thing do you want to support? And
I'm sorry that I haven't been talking this entire time.
Oh, that's okay. You're in focus mode.
I got into the zone. And I've
dude,
just been doing
you're going off, bro. You're doing fine. Companies, brand, not necessarily companies, but what's happening in the manufacturing process. Shady business practices are shady business practices. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. And if you don't like it, then you're living on the wrong earth, right? Because it happens.
I would say for me, the main thing that I guess is kind of discouraging is just the concept of people being willing to compromise like quality of life of the people who work for these companies for them to save a buck. Like that's the only thing that really, really, really bothers me.
Well, it is going away because, along with woke culture, comes that, right? Where these manufacturing processes like that are getting, what's the word? They're getting called out of that, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're getting called out on it and they're fixing their practices, right? And that's a good thing. So it'll phase itself out, but at the same time, where it's like, we can say, if let's say we have laws to rule out bad people, but bad people still exist, right? Mm-hmm. It's still gonna be there, but it's getting better, I suppose, right?
Right.
So as maybe if that's enough silver lining, then hopefully that's enough, or rather, hopefully that is enough silver lining, and that's unfortunately the silver lining we're gonna have to take, but better than nothing, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the hardest part is you have to sit and think like, oh yeah, this situation that we're in is really shitty, but also, you got to think about how far we've come since this really, really became an issue. Like, for example, like,
for sure.
I don't know. There are so many different examples.
Yes, of course.
But it's like change takes time, and so it's hard to feel like good things are happening in the world when you're just surrounded by a bunch of negative shit. But also at the same time, you got to keep in mind like things may look like they're really shitty right now, but they definitely were a whole lot shittier not that long ago. So it's like, you kind of have to weigh your options in that way where you're like, oh yeah, obviously changes need to be made, but that doesn't mean that we are kind of still in a really, really bad place, I guess. I guess that's kind of like the silver lining.
It's getting better over time. Maybe it might not get better in your lifetime, in my lifetime, and maybe even the next generation lifetime, but it will get better, So
eventually. And I would say that's the thing that I'm the most excited about is to see that future where, there are people who don't have to deal with the problems that you and I have dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm really grateful that we don't have to deal with the problems that our parents dealt with. It's a similar conversation to what we've had before, but it's just, kind of slightly involving different things. And so, yeah, it's definitely, I'm going to move my mic so I can be in concentration mode. I am sorry.
Bing.
Bing. It's one of those conversations that we have had before, but it's a little bit different in this way. To where, we are able to look at it from the perspective of like, look at how things used to be compared to how they are now and look at the direction that they're going in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's something that we should be really excited about because it is really exciting.
Yes, it is.
And, change is good, but also change takes time. And so that's kind of the hard part.
Think about it like this. Are you doing anything for change? No? Then why are you complaining?
Right.
You know? Is that it?
That was a final keycap.
Nice. Go ahead and do a little just a safety kind of push against them all, because sometimes he might not be all the way flush. That's what I learned. Zach, put your mic. Zach. You know, no, for the typing test. We'll do it for the typing test. All right. Zach, before we start the typing test, first of all, that's a keyboard. Show the camera, Zach. Show the camera. That's a keyboard. But Zach,
what
you might say, or a guy like me might say, that's not all. I have more.
You have more?
I have more. So one thing that is kind of about this keyboard is that it's low profile, which means you see the switches like this.
Yeah.
That may be cool for the look, and it may make the RGB more perky, but we're not plebs, so we don't care about that. So Tecware Phantom, Tecware, the company who made this keyboard, Phantom being that keyboard, made a shroud to put on top.
Oh, shit.
And the way you're going to put it in is going to be weird, because I added foam. Let me switch my camera real quick. It's kind of a hollow plastic, but it's magnetic. But there's a lot of open gaps, so I put foam in between. I cut little precise little cuts of foam. They're not sticky though, so they'll fall if I put it on upside down it. So you're gonna have to put it on upside down. So here you go. Give her a go. Yep, and it'll just magnet on. You'll feel it. Oh. And then you put the wire back in the groove. Yes, and there you go. Now let's take a look.
Oh, dude.
That's a keyboard.
That's a keyboard.
That's a keyboard.
That's a keyboard right there.
He's built a keyboard. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen and ladies.
We've done it.
Okay, wait. Why does this sound so good? Dude, this is wild. Like, this is so wild.
I told you, it's so simple. Like, if Zach, this was just a session, a couple sessions. I did this in less than a week. I just picked a couple days out of my week in between, and I was busy. I was doing things, but whenever I had time, I came back in the room and just kept working on it. And
okay, hold up. I'm taking my headphones off.
Okay. Like, it's just, all right, Zach, take your headphones off. Put the mic to it. Let's do it, Zach. Let's do a monkey test. Let's do a monkey type, Zach. It's time.
I don't know.
It's gonna be very anticlimactic. He gets 30.
Am I retaking the same test or doing a new one?
No, you're doing a new one. Wait, Zach, like the video, Zach. You got to do a click on the mic. All right, take this. You seen the video, Zach?
Oh wait, we gotta check the Josh.
Oh, do we not?
I don't think we did.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it works. Go ahead. All right. Yep. Okay. You want to situate yourself? Are you good? Go ahead.
My typing posture is really weird.
It's okay, Zach. In 3, 2, 1.
Oops.
Come on, baby. The general, it's there, general.
Okay. Let's run it back.
You want another one? You want to repeat it?
No, different one.
All right.
Okay, so the funniest part is the only reason why I'm not typing faster is not because of the keyboard, it's because I'm not used to it. Like,
yeah, because you've been using a tactile for a long time. Also, this is not prime typing position.
Right.
You want to try and get it to a better spot?
Nah, it's fine.
All right. It is kind of on the mouse pad right now. So, oh, he's going.
Okay, I'm refreshing.
He wants a good one. It sounds so good. These are the switches we lubed today. Not even the ones I did last night. Nice. Let's go. 74.
You know what? I'll take 74 for today.
Let's go. It's all good. You know what?
Oh God.
Oh, look at the XLR cable.
It's fine.
It's bendy, boy. But yeah, Zach, how do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Do you?
Dude, I love this so much. Like, I've never used a keyboard that I've put so much effort into. And like, you know, it sounds kind of goofy. It's just like, oh, it's a keyboard. But at the same time, it's like,
no, I'm here, you know.
No,
like,
man.
It's you know, it's kind of like I said, you know, the same thing as building a computer, right? Like you put a lot of effort into it, and yeah, sure, you know, you could have bought one pre-built, but the satisfaction of doing it is just top notch. And you know, it's different, right? Because like you could say, like I've given the car example right before, you know, like
Yeah.
I could maintain my own car. Why do I need to go to a mechanic? You know, so it's definitely gonna depend. You know, building a keyboard might not be for everyone. I will say though, building a computer and a keyboard is much different level than maintenancing your car. I will say, but maybe it's not. Who knows? But you know, if it interests you, if this interests you, then maybe think about it. You know,
yeah,
it's not very hard. It just takes patience and time. It's very straightforward. Like what you lube and what you hit. You know, it's pretty. It makes sense what you do basically.
yeah.
Like when you watch the videos, I will say, right, and then you do it. Or no, you watch the videos and you're like, okay, I kind of understand what's going on. But then you actually start lubing and you actually start, you know, doing things.
Right.
Yeah, you figure out what you lube, why you lube it, what to do, where to clip, where to, you know, and then you realize, wow, this is easy. Like when my buddy Brady came over to help me with the other keyboard, which unfortunately was still broken, he taught me how to solder. He brought a practice soldering kit, brought a soldering iron and such. He's like, have a go. And I had to go, Zach, and Zach, it was so easy.
Yeah.
It was way easier than I thought. I didn't do like an amazing job as my first time, but I was soldering switches, man.
Yeah.
I was doing the thing. And it felt fantastic. So honestly, if you have a keyboard budget, you know what? Actually, okay, not even lubing. You have a budget keyboard, try these switches. Because they're already smooth out the gate. You probably don't even need to lube them, honestly, if you don't want to.
And like you said in the very beginning, it's more so for the sound than anything else.
It is more so for the sound.
Yeah.
If you like that sound, fucking go for it. If you're yearning for it, bro, have a time. Get in a Discord call with your boys. You don't got boys. It's all good. Happens to the best of us.
Dude.
Put on a podcast.
The clickety clacks.
The clickety clacks, bro. Put on a podcast, YouTube video, an album you've been holding off.
Watch this
podcast. Binge this podcast. You know, have a time. And you will have a time. And it's great. It really is great. And I'm glad that you're finally able to build a keyboard. And, you know, I'm glad that it was something that you are happy with, I suppose.
Dude, I love this so much. And I just want to say thank you so much
Of course. Merry Christmas, Zach.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. A very cheap, nice budget upgrade. And come on, man. Look at that. Come on, man. Budget.
I think
it's pretty good.
I think my favorite thing about this is that I have, like, it's nice to know that I have literally had my hands on every single one of these switches that are in this now. Like, I put all of the keycaps on. I did obviously you did a lot of like the nitty gritty work behind the scenes, which
I mean, I could have. Putting foam in it's literally was as it sounds. I put foam in it. There's no magic. I just put foam in it. You could have done that too. I just decided you're just putting foam in it. I'll just go ahead and do it. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, save some time. The big bulk of it is going to be the switches and the keycaps, right?
Yeah.
That's the fun part, or well, fun subjective, but you know that's what you're going for when you're building it. So I just did the background stuff that I could have taught you to do. So it's whatever. So you know, hey,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. So you get to take the keyboard home, Zach.
Woo! You
get to take the keycaps home in case you ever want to swap it out. There is a cool keycap though, by the way. So the escape key, I didn't pull the trigger because I didn't find it until after the fact. I found this cool escape key on AliExpress, which you're gonna find a lot of fun things. Now, like this cat keycap that you can't really see. Or why don't you show it to Zach? She's like, show the camera. I can kind of do it. Look at that. He has a cat in a box. He's just fucking chilling. All right,
just chilling.
Artisan keycaps have been like my how do I say this? My guilty pleasure because they're so interesting. And I found one on AliExpress, which is it's a kind of like a treble clef type of thing. And I was like, whoa, that's such a Zach keycap. It's only like 13-ish bucks. Shipped
Okay.
from China. It's like probably $20. So if you want to dabble, I'll link it to you and you can think about it. But you can think about it. But Zach, we are now proud owners of custom keyboards, Zach. Look at that.
Also, I'm glad that this is wired because having to run a USB-C cable over was kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm glad that this has its own cable.
Wow, Zach, you're the minority who all of us want it to be a USB-C cable, detachable.
I don't mind it, man. Like, honestly,
I do.
I really could not be bothered by it.
Well, Zach, you know what? Maybe we'll do it off camera, but let's fucking coil that bitch. Because I coiled my other cable for fun. Let's fuck it, bro.
I wanna bring this home, man. I want to start using it.
Bring it home. You can bring the keycaps home in case you ever want to swap them out, change them, whatever, you know. What else? Well, we use all the switches basically, so it's no point. Although, you know, I'll give you the extra switch just in case.
Arthur, I don't need a single switch. I feel like it's just gonna.
You don't know, Zach.
Well, if I end up needing a switch, then I could just be like, "Hey, yo, Arthur, do you still have that one miscellaneous switch that you had from when we built my keyboard?" And you'll be like,
"Yeah, I'll be like that."
You'll be like, "Yeah, dude." Anyways,
but yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Hey, it's all good. But happy you got this keyboard now. We're finally keyboard bros. You can finally say you built a keyboard after so long. You can build another one if you ever want to, but at least you've done it now once.
Yeah. And you know, this keyboard will definitely have a special place in my heart because not only did I get to build it with you, and also we filmed it, but also it's like, you know, it's really satisfying to finally be able to tell Ben, like, I finally built a keyboard, like, after you told me to do it for like 2 years. Finally.
And it wasn't that bad.
It really wasn't that bad.
It was not that bad.
I was so anxious at the beginning of the episode. Also, by the way, I'm holding the mic because it'll just...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But yeah, you know, it's definitely really cool to finally be able to have it done.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being hard as fuck, 1 being
flaccid as fuck.
Flaccid as fuck.
Yeah.
What is the scale on building a keyboard for you, Zach?
Like, I want to say...
Or should I do the other way around? 1 being hard as fuck, 10 being super easy. 10 out of 10 IGN recommend.
I mean, I would say that it is like very much kind of in the middle of the road. Like,
middle of the road. Okay.
You know, you have to be you have to have pretty good dexterity in your hands, and you know, you kind of have to be very careful and meticulous with the things that you're doing, but also once you get into the groove of things, like we literally showed, like, you know, I was sitting here like tweezing little pieces and like gently putting them on top of a spring that could just eject Ocido whenever it wanted to.
Yeah, it's not very fun. It happened very many times the other night.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's not that bad, but also it can be very daunting if you're doing it by yourself. So thank God that you did it with me. Thank you for making this not a tedious process. Instead of it taking like, you know, 8 hours, it took a little under 3. I'm okay with that.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So you say a 5, 1 out of 10, 6,
like
7?
like a 7.
7?
Yeah,
we'll take it. Not that bad. And again, yeah, the hardest part is the dexterity, because the lubing and the putting the switches in, the keycaps in, it's pretty self-explanatory. And when you get into a groove, you get into a groove. Definitely, you know, shaky hand, you know, it happens to all of us, you know, especially when we're anxious. Maybe first time keyboard builder, you're like, you know, maybe, who knows? And I'm sure, you know, most people aren't really, are not really used to dealing with small things, right? Like if you're ever, you know, most of us have probably built a shelf and not worked on precision things like a keyboard, you know, having to deal with a really tiny screw and a screwdriver. You may not have that lying around, which you had to do for that keyboard.
Yeah.
You know, regularly using tweezers, you know, to hold things. A really super fucking tiny paintbrush, Zach.
Yeah.
You know, most people do not experience that, and that's fine. But when you start doing it, and like I said, you lube one switch, you've lubed them all. It's the same exact thing. So there's literally no reason for me to sit here and have you just lube every single one for, you know, and just me watch you and just laugh. Like, no, you've lubed one, you've lubed them all. They're all the same. There's nothing different. I mean, I guess lubing techniques, I suppose, are different and all that, but you're putting lube on switches at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I would say like it was definitely a lot more fun for us to collaborate on it, and both of us work on different things at the same time so that we're able to be efficient with our time. Like I think that was a smart idea in hindsight, because I cannot imagine having to do all of this by myself.
Now, Zach, I think it's only fair that I try a monkey type
on my keyboard.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Let's do your keyboard. I can do my keyboard, but we'll do it with your keyboard. Because I actually want to. I haven't tried this yet.
Oh shit.
I've only tested I've tested some lube switches because I already lubed them and I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
But I have not done a type yet. So now this is going to be interesting. I'm putting the legs up because I've been a wrist rest boy for a while.
Oh, I usually have the legs up.
Yeah. Well, this one is the elevation is a little small, so it's encouraged to have the legs up.
Yeah.
For something like this, it's already elevated enough or at a good enough angle where you don't need to. And actually, I learned that kind of typing, like if it's like this, for example, if you type more level, you're actually better at typing, which is the point of the wrist. Which is the point of the wrist rest.
Yeah.
I've learned that, and I am actually faster like that. So parallel hands is nice. Not best for ergonomics if you're like this. But if you do this, much better. Besides the point, nobody fucking cares, Zach. This is pretty great. You see why I'm so addicted to this, Zach?
Yeah. It's so good.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you had a time. I know it's a very different episode. Very different episode. This is the first time we've ever done an activity, I suppose. I thought it would just be fun.
Yeah.
Also it'd be a perfect opportunity for Zach to finally go to keyboard because obviously he never has time to. So I thought it.
And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for giving me an excuse to come and build a keyboard. It's always
got to be careful because holding this magnet.
Yeah.
I hold it from the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely been a grand old time, and I could not have imagined a better. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, shit, I need to buy a new keyboard, and I'm really glad that I did not do that because that would have made this kind of interesting. But
right, it's okay. Then you would give that keyboard to me, and I would fuck with that one.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's definitely been really cool to just kind of go down the keyboard rabbit hole with you and be a part of the journey in one fashion or another.
Yeah, and what's great about this is that you don't even have to go, like, you can do what my setup is, but you don't even have to go, like, you can go cheaper than that if you want to, and it still sound great. To get a keyboard to sound great, everything you just need elbow grease, you need a little 10 or 11 care, some TLC,
Yeah,
and you'll get what you want, and you'll be a very happy boy. So I implore everybody to, you don't have to go too crazy, but if you can pull your switches out, if it's a hot swap, give it a shot.
Yeah, fuck it.
If it's a mechanical, then maybe try a different switch. These Akko red switches, they're fantastic. I recommend them. I recommend them over Otemu reds, which I've tried and they suck. I recommend them maybe over I've never tried cherry reds. I'm not sure. I recommend them over Gateron reds. I actually like these a lot better than Gateron reds. And they're $12 a pop for 45 pack for a full set. If we get two of them, $26, $28 ish, not bad. $30 for a 90 switches. Hey, have a time. And if you want, or maybe maybe you have an optical one. So instead of a mechanical switch, it uses a light and a sensor. So you can't necessarily swap those because a lot of times they're proprietary. That's okay. Try lubing them and see if that changes anything. Have a time. Get a little tiny screwdriver. I don't have one on me. An iFixer kit, something like that. Open this bitch up. Put some foam in there. You have some packing foam lying around. You order shit from Amazon. there's probably packing foam in the keyboard you bought, in the packaging. Take that out, cut it up, stick it in your keyboard. So just to remove some hollowness. Have a time. There's a lot of things you can do.
Hell yeah.
You know, you can get pretty sweaty, or you can just change the keycaps.
And what you can also do is subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh my God, you could.
And, you know, we post every Monday and Wednesday at some time that I don't know.
It's at 1 p.m. now.
Oh, okay. I don't schedule the upload, so I don't really know.
Yeah, it used to be 11, but now I'm trying 1, and it seems to be a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways,
these are the old switches.
Oh. Fuck those switches. Now that's going to be there for however long it's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have links down below. We got a coffee link. We got a Patreon link that doesn't work. We have coffee. Did I already say that?
We have links down there. You should click coffee,
yeah.
Patreon, socials, all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Check us out on Twitter. We have a Twitter for UnEd. That's kind of cool.
We do have a Twitter for UnEd. I would like to start posting actual stuff more, and we'll start doing that soon. But, you know, priorities. We'll get there. But thank you guys for sticking for so many episodes. We're so close to 50, bro. I think we might hit 50 this month. Maybe. Actually, no, I don't think so. Next month, I think. Next month. We're so close. I don't know if
we
we'll
gotta do a special.
We gotta do? Well, I don't know what it'll be, but we'll figure it out. We'll play fucking Mario Kart. I'm joking, but we'll do something for 50. I don't know. Or maybe it will just be a super fucking long episode of, I don't know, just great proportions. Maybe we'll just have a time, and we'll bring the energy. We'll bring the Red Bull, and maybe, you know, Zach, maybe we bust out the champagne. Who knows? Or maybe that's for episode 100.
I think episode 100.
Episode 100. Cool. All right, sure. That means we can't film in the morning.
We can. We just won't be very productive.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Peace.